LA has the most car thefts of any major city just last year, and it's only getting worse.
Last time we filmed with you, right after the video got posted, Dan's dealership got hit.
They stole our Z01 Camaro, our white Hellcat, and our Z06 Corvette.
Were you behind that? Like, do you think there is a federal task force looking for you?
I'm sure they're looking at this. I'm ready to give you delivery, sir.
Is it fair to say that you are officially on the run?
Oh yeah, for sure. Wanted in like 5 or 6 different states.
I instantly shoot 3 people in front of the clubhouse. And I told Salah, not only physically, but like emotionally, like myself. This has taken its toll on me.
About 1.5 years ago, I launched a video documenting a man we'll call Felix, and he happens to be one of America's most prolific car thieves. Almost 10 million of you tuned into that episode, and many of you fell in love with Felix because of his hilarious one-liners and his contagious personality.
This is what I carry for fun, just in case I come across a Hellcat. Or is that a Sky over there? Yeah, see? I would not be deterred by the daylight one bit. I would take that broad day.
You would take something from this dealership in broad daylight?
100%. Especially respectfully after meeting their employees, I know they're not going to chase me. They're not going to even try to stop me.
In that episode, he even flirted with the idea of quitting his criminal career and going legal by becoming a security consultant to car dealership owners like this guy, Dan.
Get brick house security boxes that are magnetic that stick to the underside of the car, or low jack that's hardwired into the vehicle. And make sure when they install it, they put it somewhere that's not immediately underneath the steering wheel, because that's the first place anybody's going to check.
But then he went ghost. I couldn't reach him for months until one day he reached back out to tell me 2 things. Number 1, that he was in too deep to quit and that he was wanted for felonies in states all around the country, and he felt his only choice was to double down on his life of crime. And number 2, he wanted to make a follow-up documentary to his first piece so he could provide a cautionary tale for the youth and tell more of his story. Folks, this is an intimate look at the highs and lows that come with the lifestyle of being a super criminal. And today, we embark on a risky endeavor that involves sitting front row in the business of stolen cars, seeing into an international crime ring, and documenting a guy that at any moment may need to leave the interview in a high-speed chase. Folks, this is America's Most Wanted Car Thief, Part 2. Your discretion is advised. Quick announcement, just launched and restocked a few different shirts on the site. We have this lifting tee, Big Dog's Gotta Eat. We got the long sleeve and a short sleeve version. We have the tried and true classics of these sweatshirts. A lot of the items are going quick off the site and selling out. I appreciate the support. If you'd like to get some items for yourself, TommyGMcGee.com. Thank you, and to the video.
124 here, he's calculated we might need another vehicle.
We're meeting up with an old friend of the channel, Felix the car thief.
Oh, see, this is all money to me. You see all the numbers? That's all money.
This is it. And he said he wants to do a part 2. He said there's a lot of things weighing on him. He feels like the walls are closing in. There's some things he wants to get off his chest, and also wants to show us what he's been up to in the last few months since we've talked to him. You know, at one point he was ready to give up this life and kind of be a consultant and go into the right side of the business where you can actually make money in a way that you don't have to be arrested. But for whatever reason, this lifestyle just keeps sucking him in, and he's dug himself a pretty deep hole. So anyways, we'll pull up to this parking garage and we'll touch base with Felix and see what he's up to.
Areas like downtown, LA, Chinatown, and Little Tokyo have seen a 300% spike in theft since 2013.
All right, boys, 6th floor. Let's see if you can.
Oh, yep.
This motherfucker, dude.
Yep, there's a Range Rover right over there.
Good to see you again.
These are my 2 prizes I wanted to show you. This is my Bentley and then my Range Rover.
When did you pick this up?
Like 4 days ago. I got this inside job. Somebody gave me this extra key for this car.
It's like a dealership?
Somebody resold it to somebody else and then gave me the extra key. This was a legal car, so somebody bought this car from somebody thinking they were buying a car, and I had the extra key. And then this is my Range Rover. It's a P530 autobiography. It's impressive to some people, but it's like a regular car to me, you know.
You have a handicap sticker?
Yeah, so I can park my Strikers anyway. This is a reroute job, so I got this off of I paid the truck driver to reroute it. My mirror's fucked up, courtesy of LAPD. They smacked my shit.
You had a close call?
Yeah, they tried to catch me over in the hood. So that's why I wasn't going over where you guys were at, because I was just running from them in this car.
How long ago did this happen?
Like, less than 48 hours ago.
So tell me about the process of getting this from a truck driver.
So basically I have a Russian guy who goes into the dispatch and changes the delivery address and changes it to me. And so I pulled up on the truck driver, handed him $1,000 and walked away with the car. We got the Vermont right here.
How do you get all these?
Actually, you want to know where I'm buying these? Hollywood Boulevard for $11 each. And they work. I've been using them for like 4 months, no problem.
Last time we filmed with you, right after the video got posted, Dan's dealership got hit. People want to know, were you behind them?
No, not at all.
This is why you don't make viral YouTube videos and talking about stealing cars.
I would never hit his spot. I know the kids who did it, but like you can't control people. Like, you know, they saw the vulnerabilities I did and wanted to make some money, and it was that easy for them.
So when we've talked last time, you said walls are closing in, 30 years, that's a fair deal.
Yeah, I still feel the same way. Of course, I don't want that. Like, I'm going to try my best to stay ahead and just get away and see some sunshine. I think that's why I'm going so hard in LA. I'm trying to stack up as much money as possible and figure out what my game plan is. It's really kind of like a pain in the ass to do these foreign cars, but it's the same thing. A box with cables that you unplug, and then the car is yours.
This is real life Grand Theft Auto. Like, this is such another level of society that the average person will never see, experience. It makes me laugh a little bit because it almost seems so absurd. But I know that this is somebody's car that they worked hard for, that right now they're going through a lot of rigmarole, insurance, and even a rich guy now can't take his kid to soccer practice. Like, it's gonna be a drag on the family.
He wants to be known as a parking brake. It makes life harder for you because now they're on it. So any car you're in, they're gonna harass you. They're gonna want to think it's stolen, you know?
You're probably right.
Yeah, they're probably right for sure. But
How much would you say you made in the last month?
probably the last month's been good. So probably did like 40, 50K.
40, 50K?
Yeah.
How much of that profit?
The majority of it.
Because there is no overhead or
No, this
upfront cost when you're taking someone's shit.
Yeah, like except like paying the driver maybe.
Last time we talked to you, you said you were going to show me a map of keys around the world.
Yeah. So like, that's my SS in Basra. That's in Iraq somewhere. And these are my tags, obviously, because I had to put these in the car for it to work. There's a Honda that's in the Northeast. They took this car back from me, but I saw the trucker in it. And then here's another one in Iraq, TRX I sold. That actually belonged to Deshaun Nix, the Wolverines, Timberwolves, whatever, from Minnesota.
You guys took his car?
Yeah, shout out that guy. We took his TRX and sent it to Iraq.
What's the economics of a stolen car to Africa? How much are people getting paid along the way?
For somebody like me, probably like, I would say a Honda's worth like 3K to me. And then to the Africans, it's probably worth like 30, 40,000. They're making more money.
Of course. A Honda's worth 30 to 40?
Yeah, because they're getting, you gotta think, when a car goes to Ghana, it doesn't matter if it's stolen or not. It's in Ghana. Nobody gives a shit.
But why are they paying so much more?
Because there's duties and import fees and everything, so they're usually charging like 125 MSRP.
What have you gone through emotionally in the last few months?
A lot of shit, man. It's been a roller coaster, bro. Like, I've done a lot of crashing now, a lot of bullshit that I shouldn't have been doing. Fell in love a couple times, you know, a bunch of life drama. But at the end of it, I still have my cars, you know.
I mean, last time we talked, it felt like you were an inch away from turning this all in and making your own business.
Yeah. To now being in like a complete downward spiral of this.
You dug yourself a deeper hole now.
Yeah.
Who is after you right now, do you think?
Oh, I know I got warrants in a couple of states.
Like, do you think there is a federal task force looking for you?
I'm sure they're looking at this shit for sure. So this job is different. Like, we basically went and got the car for the guy. He set up the place, so we're only charging him 15 grand. Look it. So you see, you know I play no games, sir. Here you go. See? Everything's there. I'm ready to give you delivery, sir. See you in about 10 minutes. Dude's gonna come pick it up, but I'm gonna meet him at the storage unit. Just drop it off so we can take it back. Yeah.
For this sale, the plan was simple. They were going to drop the Bentley off in a storage unit and meet the buyer nearby. In Felix's last episode, he shows us how he steals the cars, and now he's going to be showing us how the car gets sold.
Let me get that phone.
As we were leaving the parking garage, it appeared Felix and his partner were having issues paying for parking, which struck me as odd seeing as they had expensive designer clothes on. Felix was going to be sitting on the sidelines for this deal and let his partner handle the business, so I had him jump in the back seat so he could give us a play-by-play of what was going down.
This dude is so worried that I'm gonna come back and take this car. He's telling him to unplug the battery. Like, this dude doesn't even understand that I can't take this car without the key. But he's that scared of me, bro.
That's something you ever do?
Oh, yeah. Depends. It's assholes, yeah. Like, this guy's an asshole, bro. If you met him, he's not the type of person who will donate money to help kids.
Are you?
Yeah, I would. I'd help the kids. I help the junkies all the time.
So sometimes you'll double dip on a deal by good cop, bad cop, he sells the car and then you rob him?
I'd rob him and take the car back, yeah. Like, if I had a second key for this car right now, I'd take it back. I mean, what are they gonna do, call the police? Okay. Yeah, I'll see you. Alright, I'm gonna do this and then talk to you in a bit.
This feels like a Grand Theft Auto video game interaction.
Is there guys out there on the phone? That's who you is? No. No? It looked like you were paying us right. My mama couldn't find me right now. Yeah, that's all good. We'll see you the second you walk out there. So you're good. Alright. Sexy. Now we have to separate because I gotta go collect the bread and remember they think you're not here. Alright, see you guys in a second.
After placing the Bentley in a storage garage, Felix's partner made his way to a parking lot of a local business to finalize this transaction. We were attempting to get closer and try and see it go down firsthand, but also balancing that with trying not to be seen. Here's what happened.
He's gonna be in a gray Tahoe. They said they're right in front of the AutoZone. Remember, their biggest fear is not journalists or nothing. Their biggest fear is living in one. Because he thinks I'm like that crazy, I'm gonna hop on him about that. That way you have to see it too. Just be careful, don't let me see it.
Should I go?
Have you seen this car?
That guy, he's actually more than just a buyer. Like, he's the one who set up the play. He's the one who gave us the key and put the truck in the car. That was his car. He sold to another person. And then, you know, just basically with the third key, I showed up and took it. So he got his cake and he could eat it too.
This guy's a wealthy businessman.
Man, this guy got a lot of money. I'm telling you, I robbed him for almost $30,000 and he's still over here doing more business. So he's obviously, his pockets aren't hurting. I just know he pays, you know. But sometimes not all money is good money, you know. I've learned that, especially in this business, bro. That's why I wasn't willing to like sacrifice my morals to take that dude's money.
What?
You want a souvenir?
No, I'm good. Actually, here, let me.
Yeah, it's legit, bro. I ain't do nothing wrong with it. Just to take the battery off. Just throw it on the ground. What a crack that man. Let's go pick it up and sell it for $10.
What do we got going on here?
Payday. Payday. After that.
That's real dough?
Real. Yeah. Do you want us to show you the this will probably pay somebody's different serial numbers. I don't know, their kids go to school.
So what was the economics of this deal?
I mean, shit. $12,000 profit.
So you guys split 50-50 partners on this.
Yeah, okay. Just me and him. When you think about it, this is 5K one day, multiply this by 30. How much money a person could potentially make at this. But you gotta understand there's a lot of risk. A lot of people, 75% of the people in this type of business get caught or get knocked off.
And what makes you guys different?
I don't know. What makes us different? We're just good.
I be scared, nigga. A scary nigga always gonna survive in certain situations because you gonna think twice, sometimes you might think 3 times. That's literally it.
I always go with the mindset of like, just trying to be like focused and on point. I think that's the same thing now, like not having a lot of distractions in life.
I might not be able to call my daughter tomorrow. And so then it's like, fuck it, I'm sitting my ass down in the house. But then the next day after that, I'm like, fuck it. Touching all this shit. Taking everything. Everything must go.
So some people say, yeah, you're humans too, but some people are like, these guys sociopaths.
Is Donald Trump a sociopath? Is Donald Trump psychotic?
I would say if it was something like where I was actually hurting somebody, like somebody was actually getting a gun put to them, then yeah, maybe I'd feel some type of way. But this is all non-violent property crime.
You guys both have young daughters.
Yeah.
So do you think when they grow up and they're starting to get jobs of their own, you'll be able to look them in the eye and say, yep, this is what your dad does?
Man, if I do this shit right, my daughter shouldn't need no motherfucking job. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
But do you guys actually save your money? I see you're spending on expensive outfits.
I learned to save from him. He lives by the 80%, 20% rule. He spends 20% and fucks around and saves 80%.
That's a good rule.
That's what I started doing too.
There's people that do this shit for fun, and there's people that do that shit because they gotta get money. There's no other way out. Like,
How much do you think you genuinely made this month?
This March was kind of slow, 11,000. But like if you go to January, which was like a good month for me, I was pretty
you fucking Cash App too.
That's January.
39,000.
Yeah. And this is, you gotta account, Cash App's only probably like 25% of my income. Most of it's cash like you see right now. This money's never gonna hit Cash App. So if that's how much I put in, I can't tell you. I need an accountant to tell you. I'm not greedy with my money. I look out for people. I see a homeless guy on the street, I give him $100. We just gave the Uber guy $100
To cancel the ride.
5 minutes.
All right, we have our own mission to hit. We're gonna link up with these guys in a little while. Until then. After a few months back in Milwaukee, we returned to Los Angeles to resume filming. During the time that had passed, Felix told me that his partner had been arrested and was facing serious prison time. And although I had spoke to Felix just a couple days before I flew out to California, once I landed, I was unable to reach him. Initially, I thought he was ghosting me, but then the mother of his child reached out to tell me that he was in jail. Hey, Tommy, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing okay. And he's sitting in jail. He has a few warrants in a few different states, but they're not expediting him anywhere.
How long has it been since he's been home to see you?
So it's been about 2 months since I've seen him, and then 3 months since his kid's on, so.
And what's going through your head right now?
I know he doesn't have many people he can really lean on, so we're family at the end of the day. As for anything else, I hope he gets his shit together. My biggest concern, honestly, is my kid at the end of the day. She is what matters in all of this. He was a really good father. He did try. COVID made things helpless for a lot of people. I don't know if he told you our whole rental burned down. So during COVID, we floated around to hotels. He was breeding dogs then, so we had about 8 dogs with us, and a whole litter of puppies in a hotel at one point.
Holy shit.
He was headed in the good direction. He was in college when all this stuff started, and he discovered this other way of doing things that seemed easier, and then it worked once, and so I've never been able to control that man. So,
well,
I hope this whole situation scares him straight and reminds him that he was in jail at one point.
Feel free to call me anytime, and we'll see where this thing goes.
Yeah, I appreciate it. All
right, thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, bye-bye. I see him in a pretty similar way that I think that his girlfriend does, except I think I probably am more aware of the bad information, like the depression, the struggles, the addictive personality, just because he probably hides it more from her. What a shame. But I wonder how common this is in the criminal down spiral story. Anyways, that's that.
Yo.
How you doing, man?
In jail, man.
What's going through your head?
and depressed, bro. I'm gonna go to court in like the next 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I think. And then I'm gonna go, I gotta see a judge. I don't know what to say, but I don't, like, if they let me out, I don't have nobody here, so I might even need you to come get me or somebody to come get me, because I don't even have shoes on.
Were you doing a high-speed barefoot?
Yeah, no, I lost my shoes, flew off when I crashed. Just pray for me, bro. I'm trying to get home. I want to go see my daughter.
Hopefully things go well. I hope to hear from you very soon.
I hope so, man. I'll let you know. She'll, if anything, she'll call you and tell you and keep you updated. I should be out, though. I should.
It's hard to say about a guy like Felix that we've come to know for a while, but it is crazy how these guys play the predator and the victim at the same time. And how many people's cars are gone because of him. Like, it's always poor me. I could say I've developed a friendship with Felix. We've been calling each other for over a year now. And I might know more about his life than most family members that he has. Anyways, we'll see where this goes. After spending about 3 weeks in LA Central Jail, Felix called me when I was back in Milwaukee to let me know that he was going to be released in a couple hours. I scrambled to find a videographer that could catch this moment, so I called my guy DT that I had met while filming with the East Coast Crips. Here's the footage that DT captured.
Card, cash, 730. Thank you.
You thought you'd never see my beautiful face again, huh?
You might be confused to see Felix sucking on a balloon. The drug he's using, nitrous oxide, aka Whippets, is a substance that cuts off oxygen to the brain to induce a brief and fleeting sense of euphoria.
So good to see you home, nigga. 185,000 in collateral.
Since he was deemed a massive flight risk, the bond company required Felix to provide collateral in order to be released. The mother of his child signed her home over to get him out of jail, meaning that if he fled California, his daughter's house could be foreclosed on.
I was fucking at a Spanish restaurant eating outside, and I had a balloon in my mouth like this. LAPD officer, a female officer, seen me. She said, "Yo," and I looked up and I said, "Oh shit, it's 12." And I just calmly put the balloon down, put my food down, and started driving off. They got behind me. They followed me for like 30 seconds. I hit the left, right. They went left, right with me. As soon as I got to the light and I went to go to the left, she turned the lights on, and so I immediately cut over and tried to go right, and it was on from there. And I took them on a sick one, and I went down the wrong way, and I hit somebody, and I crashed with the drink in the car. They want to give me 2 years on a program. They posted the bond. Minnesota detained me for some domestic violence warrant for breaking my bitch's windows, and I had to pay them $3,500 to hire a lawyer. The lawyer got the warrant recalled, and then they released me out here in California. I feel like a cat with 9 lives, and I just activated life number 7, so I got 2 more. I feel like this time I have certain goals and purposes in mind on things I want to do. I think this time is my time, and I'm not going to let myself get caught even with this bullshit that I got going on.
What time will you think you will be facing?
I think it's over with. I think either the feds will pick me up this time, or Cali's going to hold me until I get picked up by the other states, and they'll give me... basically, it's go for broke. There is no other option. It's go big or go home this time around.
What did you owe? What did you owe for your bond?
$20K just to enjoy this moment right here. Thankfully, my family looked out for me and showed me love, and they blessed me and they gave me a second chance, and I'm really trying not to squander it, but I'm so hopeless. At the same time, I'm lost, like I don't know nothing but this car stuff, so I'm trying to respect their wishes and stay out of it, but this is all I know.
So what's here?
This is my tablet, my baby. I've thankfully had this for a long time, and somebody kept it safe for me, and now I came home to this, and this is what's gonna give me the opportunity to hopefully make things right.
So you got a lot going on. What is your next steps?
I guess at this point, I have 2 main choices. Do I surrender or do I try to run it and see how far I can make it? But I think inevitably my end is coming.
The next time we crossed paths with Felix, he was out operating in the Midwest. He was fresh from being on the run in California, and I was interested to hear what was going through his mind given that he was facing such intense financial and legal pressures. Yo, we're 2 minutes away. Are you guys already there?
I'm right down the street.
Tell me what the hell is going on with this thing.
We just got it off transport, off of a truck.
What does that even mean?
Like, basically this was destined to go somewhere, and we just, we rerouted it, and we changed the destination location, and now it's ours. And, we did the trackers already, so it's safe, you know. Simple work.
What do you guys stand to make from this?
Probably like, 10, 15,000. Hopefully on the higher end. V6.
And so what is this?
This is like all the dealership papers was on it. We had to rip them all off, and probably have to blur that, but
Felix, is it possible that all this started because of a house fire?
Potentially, yeah. Like why I started doing this, yeah, in a sense.
Can you explain more of that?
Yeah, like my house burnt out in the middle of COVID, and I, was living in hotels, so I started striking.
Do we need to get out of here?
We're good.
If feds come, you guys gotta get out of here?
Yeah, we're gonna take off. But we're gonna win. We're gonna go on the train tracks in this bitch.
We gotta get up out of here. We gonna take it right to the center.
Yeah. But we'll push that country Mary off the way.
Watch the Chevy Cruze, okay?
Yeah, no, don't worry. We'll dodge your car.
Just looking, keep an eye out.
Yeah, that guy's just weirded out by us. He's like, what the hell are these people? Apparently they don't see people parked back here too much. That was 12. Okay.
See you guys. Right. Have a good day. So, part of why this meetup was so quick, there was a lot of federal vehicles in this area for ICE raids, and Chicago just concentrated with those types of agents. I like that little snapshot we got of Felix because we got a lot of flavors of him right back to back. And there's a reason I'm drawn to him as a character. I mean, I try and connect with all of the people I interview, but him in particular has been a special guy to meet over the years and get to know. I'm trying to imagine the lifestyle where it's like at the slightest hint of danger, out of there. This has been a tough one to put together, but the persistence has paid off. Persistence tattooed here for a reason. I think that's a great word to keep ingrained in your mind, is just keep the persistence, because eventually it does pan out. I guess we'll catch Felix in the next go around. All right, folks, so we are in the suburbs of Illinois right now. Personally, I've realized that this is a documentary that I've had more emotional ties to because I've developed a relationship with him. I've talked to this guy for hours on the phone. I like him a lot, but I've also seen him in the last few months do a lot of things that I'm like, like, you're better than that, man. Like, I know you're better than that. But who am I to judge? Like, everyone has their own life to live, and my job is just to document it and understand it. So we're gonna meet him and see how life has been with him. Apparently, Hondas have become more targeted in the world of stolen cars, and I even heard Felix occasionally referring to his crew as the Honda Boys. His partner told us to meet them in a parking lot to see a live sale of a Honda go down, and Felix was not answering his phone, so I had to try and use my spidey sense to see if I could detect where he was. So we're meeting them in a local grocery store. Let's see if we can guess. I don't know if they're in one or two cars. That's the other thing. But they said keep your distance. We don't want to scare off the buyers. I don't know if they're meeting here for the.
You can follow the Honda Instagram station or just park over there in the cut center. Don't pull past the front pass. Pull past the second one. This is part of on the second side of the gas. Yeah, we see you. Just don't let them see the cameras. Tell them like not to be so obvious.
Okay. I will say it is pretty nuts to just watch this going down. And the thing, everyone here going to this grocery store, going to this gas station, they're getting their hot dogs, they're getting their chips. They have no idea that right here, plain day, there's a little car transaction going.
Grabber's coming up here.
No way, that's the guy. He doesn't look like a... I don't know, a guy wearing blue jeans and a shirt like that, you just don't picture to be
Yeah.
in a theft operation.
I mean, no, he might not even know he's buying a hot car, too. He might think it's legit.
Does this guy know he's buying a hot car?
Yeah. What the fuck is he looking for, man? Like, what you looking at? Trying to make sure it's stolen, nigga? Where the fuck car did he come from? Like, he's smooth as a lace. Yeah, that's the Honda I thought he was in. Like, when we first got here. It's been here, though. Yeah, I know. That's why I said before I watched this, I said this nigga would be here an hour early, bro. That's why I came through here and went through a lot like that.
Is this deal taking longer than normal?
Yeah, he should just gave him the money and left.
You think they're starting to what? He just got money, did he? Check.
He just shook his head. You guys, everything good?
So right after that transaction, I guess there was some local police in the area, so we wanted to meet in a spot that was a little more secluded. Good to see you. Man.
Part two.
Part two. How you doing?
Good. Another day.
Not in LA anymore.
No, different scenery.
Okay, so we sent a guy to videotape you coming out of LA Central Jail.
Yeah.
That was when?
Like 2 months ago, maybe.
So what has transpired from then until now?
A lot of crazy stuff. Like a lot of like high speeds, a lot of crashes, a lot of just overall just crazy drama. I made it all the way back up north, so now I'm here.
Is it fair to say that you are officially on the run?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100. Like wanted in like 5 or 6 different states. Right now, actively, yeah. Like you can Google my name and find warrants right now. And more to come, probably.
Okay, and so what are the various things you're wanted for?
Like a lot of GTAs, a lot of fleeting and eludings, some stuff like, I shouldn't mention, and then like, just a lot of stuff that comes with cars.
Okay, what is the bond situation?
I bonded out and I ran. Well, I kind of like just, it was getting weird and I just didn't go to court. So now I'm on the road.
Okay, and how much are you responsible for right now?
Over 200,000, almost $250,000 to fix my situation. So. And
if you don't come up with that much money, what are the consequences?
I could cost my family a lot, but I don't think that's gonna come to that. Like, I figure if it gets bad and like I can't make the money, I'm gonna go surrender in a state that's like a little bit easier to go to jail.
Okay.
And go do my time over there.
But basically, there's a house as collateral.
Yeah.
What is that like hanging over your head?
It makes everything more real, like, there's real life consequences to it all. It's not just myself anymore.
And do you feel that the only way you can come up with that sum of money is the car business?
Yeah, like it just wouldn't make sense economically right now to try to start and do something else.
What are the most recent places you've had high speeds?
Michigan, and mainly just Michigan right now, yeah.
And you went for, I think we talked on the phone before, you said you went for a 5-county run?
5-county run, yeah, pretty far. I have some cases because of that and stuff like that, so it's pretty hectic, but overall things have been good, man. Life's good and things are gonna get figured out like we always, you can't complain. So we're free, that's the most important part, being outside, enjoying the weather.
This is a friend of yours that we're
doing
probably a documentary. It's
the best driver in Chicago.
Yeah?
Yeah. I challenge anybody to try to challenge that title. Best driver there is.
Okay, so we just saw a Honda CR-V exchange.
Yeah, a simple transaction. A car that nobody would think would be sold, a bullshit car, but
is it normal to do that in broad daylight?
Yeah.
In public areas?
Yep.
Why not meet someone more private?
It's just for both of our safeties. for buyer safety and our safety.
Neither of you want to get robbed.
So, or be put somewhere like we're in a situation where we're in a dead-end street or anything like that. If he,
How do you know? Okay, because I saw that guy.
yeah.
I'm like, how do you guys know he's not a cop? He kind of looks like he could be.
I guess right now I'm almost 75% sure he's not a cop. He came out of nowhere, so I was kind of cool off. And he told us he was 15 minutes away. So he was 15 minutes away, and we told him he was there 5 minutes away. How would you do that?
Were you nervous?
A little bit, yeah. I was ready to run.
So what do you do to vet a guy like that to know he's not a cop?
I guess it's time, you know? Like, you just talk to him more and more. Yeah, they would already been there.
And what was that transaction? How much you make off that?
No, it should be a simple transaction, under $2,000, you know?
Okay, so yeah.
Simples, but it's small, but those would be the ones that keep kind of like things maintained, you know?
Those aren't the big logs in the fire, but that's the little...
Those little stuff that, yeah. I mean, you seen today, did that guy seem like a criminal to you? Or like somebody...
You can give me criminal vibes.
Seemed like a normal, average person.
Normal guy, could have a blue-collar job, white-collar job. You just mentioned you'd be surprised who you could sell cars to.
Yeah.
Are there famous rappers you've taken their car?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you able to say?
No, probably not. Probably that's not too.
Because some of them are super gangster?
Yeah, like they'll really come looking for you for that type of shit. It's not just that, but it's like...
How do you deal with the pressure of this all? Because to me, if I was on the run from multiple states, law enforcement, I had the house my daughter was growing up in as collateral over my head, a large sum of money.
Yeah.
I
don't know. In the first month, I was scared. But then I kind of got over it. I was like, F it. Like, I'm either going to try, or if it doesn't work out and I can't do it, at least I had 5 months of vacation before I have to go turn myself in.
Do you have any regrets of not going clean with Dan when you had the chance?
No, sometimes I think about it, but then I think about all the memories I made. I met some wonderful people in this process, bro. Just this past year alone. Like, I had some moments that, you know, I can never tell anybody about, and to me, it was worth it.
How are you doing as far as the whippets? Because that's one thing I realized in the last year, like everybody would call me. Oh, tell me.
Yeah, I did call you a lot off the whippet stage. But no, it's like any party, bro. Like, you know, rappers have their perks, they have their drink, you know. I like my whippet sometimes.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna have to sit in prison.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And that's just something you're accepting?
Yeah, but I'm gonna have fun at least until then.
Why not flee the country forever?
Because I have family here. And it's also like, there's no place like America.
Okay, but how much prison time do you think you're looking at?
Probably like, on a good day, like 10 years. On a bad day, probably like closer to 20.
And that's state by, like adding all the states together, or that's just one state at a time?
That's like 1 or 2 states, and then you gotta think.
Jesus.
I'm hoping and praying that they'll let me file a document that will let me run my sentences concurrent, but that's not always guaranteed, you know? So if all my shit goes consecutive, it could go 30 years.
So in your time in LA, did you have a lawyer or did you have a public defender?
I didn't even make it that far. Like, I had a public defender, but they were shit. And like, I didn't even make it to my second hearing. The minute they told me they were gonna charge me with more stuff and that I potentially couldn't come back out after paying to come home, I just didn't go.
What was your official charge for?
Multiple GTAs.
I guess let me ask you this. From a mental health perspective, where would you say you're at right now?
Probably pretty like low, like it's pretty crazy, but I live with the mindset of like always trying to like succeed, like I'm not gonna give up.
I don't know if we talked about this the first time, but tell me more about your childhood. How are things for you as a kid?
Well, pretty crazy, pretty hectic, but you know, I wouldn't say that I had it bad, like bad than any other average kid. You know? I just grew up a very different way. I remember trying to steal from the store when I was like 6. And thinking about how can I get away with that, so I don't know. I think part of this car stuff is I'm in love with like not just the cars, but the community and the sense of like, I don't know, connection it gives with everybody. It's like a family almost.
Yeah. If you had to self-diagnose yourself, what would you?
I would say I'm definitely, you know, a little bipolar, you know, a little schizophrenic.
Sometimes. Schizophrenic?
For sure, like I like to act out, but I think mostly it's because of the drugs. Like, but you know, then again, it's like getting high is like part of like, I don't know, it's part of today's culture, it's everywhere, so.
I have to say, this is the Felix I really like. Like, I feel like you're very present.
Yeah,
because I know you're a very smart guy and you think about a lot of stuff. Just as a friend, I would say, I like when you're off the whippets.
Yeah, but it's not as fun, life is boring, man. I like having fun.
Every friend I have that's done whippets, it's like, oh no.
I know, it looks bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, folks, I feel like the takeaways from this video are two things. One is inside the life and mind of someone who is really good at crime, really good at car theft,
Yeah.
and how interesting it is, like how much of an outlaw world it is. But also, I think coming to grips with the reality of certain choices can back you into a hole that is hard to get out of, and to be aware of that as you're making it, because sometimes, I'm sure you could say sometimes you feel like you're in too deep a little bit.
Yeah, actions have consequences, just always remember that with everything that you do. There's nothing wrong with taking risks and doing things that are risky, but just realize that if things go bad, it could go bad for you, and you're not gonna like it, and you're gonna be crying and upset.
And some decisions are irreversible because of the law.
Yeah.
This has been America's Most Wanted Car Thief, Part 2, signing off. A few months had passed by where it was hard to get in contact with Felix, but about a week before this video was going to be released, he called me and Miguel late at night. I was asleep, but Miguel spoke with him for about an hour, and we learned some very serious and concerning information about how his life was going.
As my dumbass was tripping off of Xanax, I'm sitting at a club in right? And some bottle girl walks up to me and says something, and I don't know, I guess her boyfriend felt some type of way. He points a beam at me, and my goofy ass, instead of letting it go, my ego gets the best of me. I instantly shoot 3 people in front of the club, bro.
What? I hope you know that there's still...
Don't say redemption at the end of the club.
There still is redemption. We still are rooting for you to
make it out. Yeah, but it's one of those things, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have a whole homicide investigation open in Chicago, bro. My life's so bad. Yeah.
Well, you can always still make things right, bro. I think you could still, like, you know, obviously...
But I really believed that when I went home the last time. But my baby mama, she couldn't control herself, bro. She couldn't stop. She was mad about my last... Like, I felt like my baby mama should be the #1 person to not give a fuck about my side hoes. So she got upset. And she tells her mom that I'm at the house. Her mom calls the police and lets them know I'm in the house. And the fucking police surround the house. And all I hear is, Mr. Such and such, let me see your hands. You're under arrest. I said, huh? And I said, no, you got the wrong person. She said, no, it's you. She starts trying to push the door, and I pushed the front door closed, and my daughter starts helping me push it.
What? How old is your daughter now?
5. Thanks to her strength, I can close the door. She says, Daddy, run. I run up the stairs and bail out the second room floor of the house, almost break my legs, landing on my Jeep that's in my backyard. I smashed through my fence, hit 3 cop cars, and crashed through, hit the main street, just took off. They start pursuing me. They pursue me for 5 counties, bro. They beat me going 110 miles an hour, send me over 3 car lengths of intersections. My Jeep, I'm in a Jeep Wrangler, it tumbles over itself into a creek. I did not go. Wake up, head upside down in the creek. I woke up crying, screaming to God, save me. And I hop out the car and start running, but all I hear is dogs behind me.
You're going through all these obstacles, but he's making sure you're still, like, free and here and able and not dead to still turn your life around.
It's sick. Tell him I'm ready to come home. I fought my battles, I'm over this shit. I'm ready to go back. I've hustled out, not only physically, but like emotionally, like myself.
It tops our news tonight at 11. Right now, police are searching for the thieves who got away with 7 cars at a dealership on Detroit's west side.
They hop in a car, ram it through the garage door, and drive off.
Welcome to Strikers of Detroit. We're about to show you how to strike a car. That's how easy it is for us to get your car. Oh, this is SRTG. It was on the lot. I needed it.
Tell me guys what your job is. What do you guys do?
Got money with the strikes, man.
On that car.
Jesus Christ.
This is a tow hook. Once I connect that right there, connect it to your car, all bets off.
Lately in America, stealing cars has become a booming business. And in Detroit, where this video takes place, car theft is up over 50% over the last 5 years. In this world, car thieves are known as strikers. And today we take you deep into the scene and break down the business. You'll meet guys like Money, who run a chop shop in their basement, spotters, who drive around all day looking for expensive cars and sell those locations to their striker counterparts, guys like Fat Boy that can take your car in a variety of ways, and insiders that can speak to things like how the popular trend of takeovers overlaps with the stolen car scene. And finally, we speak to car thief criminals on the run that can tell us about the wave of indictments that are sweeping through Michigan. Buckle up, folks, it's time to...
This is where all the magic happens, and sometimes in case when we strike a car, you know we gotta smoke them so they don't see us.
You've actually used that before to get away?
Yeah, we used it a couple times. These came off a wide body, and this is going into a swap that we're doing.
So a nice car like this, why would anyone want parts of it?
Because a chunk like this costs anywhere from $500 to $700 depending on the condition. These wide body kits here with the bumpers, both bumpers and all the flares go anywhere from $1,500 and up to like $2,500.
Where did this car come from, do you know?
Someone purchased it from someone that striked it, so they bought it off them for $2,500. If someone wants to swap a car, it's usually go anywhere from like $3,000 to $6,000 to do a complete swap, where you bring a donor car and another car, and we swap them over and make one car, then swap, ready to hit the street with a title and everything clean.
What are the different roles that are in this game?
There's the younger cats that be striking the cars, and then they'll be bringing them to certain locations. There's like 2 or 3 people who are mainly like in charge of selling it to certain people. Because we don't just sell the cars to anybody, because you don't know who you're gonna sell the car to. So you need to be like in the circle, or somebody needs to know you for us to sell you the car. I got 2 roles in this. I'm a mechanic, and I do I source the parts and all that.
Hey guys, quick announcement. New Big Dog Ski Masks just hit the website. The hoodies, the t-shirts are going like crazy, so get yours while supplies last. You already know, Big Dog's gotta eat. TommyGMcGee.com. I'm currently trying to follow this guy. He's going way too fast for me. We finally found our striker after making a lot of calls in Detroit. It's not because there's a lack of strikers right now, it's because either the really good ones are arrested or the other good ones are aware of that and they want to stay out of jail. So as much as they want to help, I've had guys off camera say, hey, I do this, I really do this, show me proof, but I can't talk on camera. I get it. How you doing?
You alright?
Good, I'm just letting you pass me.
Why are you letting us pass?
Because you're on my butt. You guys can go past, or otherwise I'll keep driving.
I'm just asking because you were pulling out that parking lot that was and it just seems kind of weird.
It's not weird.
You're saying it's not weird?
We're not doing anything, buddy.
Not weird.
He was ready to go, huh? Were we filming?
Yep.
I get it. They have a tough job. There's tons of stolen cars, tons of murders, tons of bad things happening in Detroit. No doubt about it. These guys have a very tough job, and I'm glad the good ones out there are doing something. But the whole rigmarole with the flashlights, and we're 800 feet away from a striker. We might witness a f***ing police chase right in front of our car. By the way, do you know that on the way to this interview, your car almost hit mine on the highway? I recognize the license plate, I won't say it on the... But you were going... You're driving crazy though.
Yeah, we gotta get on.
So tell us what we got here.
Well, this is SRT Jeep. It was on the lot. I needed it, so I wanted to go grab it. You can't start it up on the lot, because they don't know.
What is that?
It's a tow hook. You gotta connect this part. You can connect it to their K-frame. You can connect it to their drive shaft, whatever you want to connect it to. Once I connect that right there, connect it to your car, all bets off.
So that's a tool you use to take cars?
Yeah.
So of all these pieces, what's the most valuable or most highly demanded piece?
This piece right here. This is a clean computer off a 6.4. And this is an RF hub that you would need. And with these vehicles, you can't use an old body control module. You need to get one from the dealer. Having a clean computer with a clean RF hub, and when you do the swap, and they try to say, oh, it's a swap, this and that, they can't, because this computer comes back clean, and the RF hub is off the same serial number as this, and the body control module is going to be straight from the dealer.
So what does this run me if I try to purchase this up?
The computer alone clean, they go for $2,500. These chairs are actually going into a swap, but people do be buying these chairs. Each one of these chairs go for $500 a piece. This dashboard alone goes for almost $800 and up. They got some steering wheel in it already too.
So this is more or less an entire car disassembled.
This is a whole car disassembled.
So right now we're on the east side of Detroit, somewhat near the 6 Mile Road. Strikers are pulling up, and this is the funkiest striker car I think we've seen yet. So what role do you guys play in this car business?
Setting everything up, basically.
So you guys basically feed the information to the striker so they don't have to look all day to get what they want?
Basically.
And what type of stuff are you looking for?
Hellcats, scat packs,
So are you guys looking for Suburban, Hood?
Suburban. Yeah, Suburban. Like Dearborn, Richmond, all, you know what I mean, all types of neighborhoods. And you can get it in the hood too, but you know what I mean, it's gonna be way hotter than it would be in the suburban area. Like if we see something, take a picture of it, mark the location, send it to really whoever be doing that shit.
Real question, if the police drive by, what's the plan?
That's what I keep doing what we doing.
How often do you do this kind of stuff?
Yeah, I do all day. Let me show you how I bust a window. That's how easy it is for us to get your car and get in your car. I send my little nigga in there. Once he climb in there, put it in neutral, like I just showed you on that one. I put my hook right here. Once you put your hook right there, I ain't want no hook there, so I open your shit. And I put the hook right here, and I'm still going with your car. Less than 3 minutes. You gonna come outside? And that's all you gonna see.
Have you ever encountered danger stealing someone's car?
Yeah.
What happened?
I done been in traffic. And you know if they got one, they got another one. So if we take one and we don't get your other one, it's high risk chance that we know you can come back for it because you got a chaser now. That's what we call your second car that we didn't take from you, your chaser. So if I take this and I know you still got a Durango or another Jeep in the back, I know you got a chaser. So that means my first stop from taking your car should be to the gas station to fill your tank up. So you'll come chase me, 9 times out of 10, I won't let you catch me.
Good to meet you. Tell me guys what your job is, what do you guys do?
Make that money with the strikes, man. That's it.
How long have you guys been in the game?
I'll say me, myself, probably more than like 4 or 5 years, you know?
On that car.
Jesus Christ. I'm stressed out from just 15 minutes in this lifestyle. Does this stress you out?
Of course.
How did it change over COVID?
Prices go up and down, that's it. Around COVID time, pandemic, they was giving out a lot of free money. So after that, after the pandemic was gone, people want that free money back.
Tell us what we got right here.
6 Axis, 2025 Jeep.
2025 Jeep?
Yes, sir.
How much would this go off the lot?
It's probably 67,000.
Is it fair to say last-owned cars go about 10% of the asking price? Okay, so how long have you had this?
Yeah, I just got it.
Today? How long have you been in this?
Since 2014. I was pretty much one of the first couple people doing it, and that was before the propane. We used to tell them, we used to there's a neutral, push them down the driveway and push them with any car, truck, pull them in a bando, strip them down. And I said that was before the GPSs, all the extra shit they be having on it now. It was a rough time in my life. In my life, I worked on cars. My friend had a race truck, and he wanted to put an engine and a drivetrain in it. And then, like, he told me that, oh, we could get these cars easy as the way that we could do it. Oh, okay, well, let's get one. We went and did it, got one, put it in his car. After we figured everything out, it was like, damn, it really worked. Now, like, at this time, there's a lot of, like, younger people, and they're kind of, like, messing the game up because they're too sloppy with it. Usually, we'll take a striker to make money, right? And like these crash outs, they'll take a striker and then they'll go to like a drift. Like, you know what I'm saying? To like one of the takeovers, they'll be drifting it, and then they'll crash or something. And then they're gonna leave that car there, and it's a stolen car. And then the cops come and see that, and it draws attention to that whole drift spot. Like, oh, look, this car's stolen. How many other cars did it be stolen?
You guys ram someone with this?
I wish I had. I feel like it's kind of your best guess.
I know back in the day they used to put cars in a neutral and push them. So this is the battering ram that gets the rest of the people in.
Workhorse.
The workhorse, I see.
I can't give too much of something.
We're pulling up to meet a guy that is going to speak on the indictments, the pressure from law enforcement, how the takeover scene overlaps. Nice to meet you. How are people getting into this game? How are the young guys learning how to do all this?
A lot of people, they look for like the younger generation to do a lot of shit too. I feel like if they get caught, they gonna go to juvenile for a few minutes. I mean, not even a few minutes. I feel like for a little while, get out, they can keep doing that shit.
One thing I've heard from some of the guys in the game is that there's been a lot of young guys entering the game, and it's made it more hot, more loud, and harder to get away with.
Oh yeah, you got niggas, you got young niggas, we call them YNs. You got them on ring cameras flashing their guns while they man stealing the cars. It's just more reckless to say. They just need to chill out and just be more low key about it.
Would you guys consider yourself YNs at all?
Just a little bit, just a little bit.
Does part of you operate off of the thrill or the money, or what's your motive?
The adrenaline, the thrill, and obviously the money comes with it, but the adrenaline is better than any drug you can ever take. You feel me? After the car gets stripped down and everything hits the basement, this is what it looks like.
So was this the car?
Yeah.
This was it?
This is the exact car.
So to be in this game for over 10 years, have you ever gotten in trouble?
I got in trouble, and the best thing that I learned is not to say nothing. Call your lawyer, and he'll get you out of it easier than you think. 4 days in jail, cakewalk, compared to what they will give you if you start talking when you're in there.
So the number one mistake criminals make in the interrogation room is talking.
Talking, yes.
As far as law enforcement goes, who's the biggest hurdle to overcome? Is it local PD, state trooper, marshals? Like
commercial auto theft.
Commercial auto theft?
Yeah.
Those are the people that come after you?
Those are the people that look for these cars.
What do you mean by commercial auto theft?
There's a whole unit for these stolen cars that go by commercial auto theft.
Is that the force unit that goes after retail crime and auto theft?
Yeah, and they're teamed up with every city and the state police.
You seem pretty, like, you don't seem like you're afraid of getting caught at all.
Man, this is Detroit. This is the least of their concerns. Like the blue and white car, the black car, that's the least of your concern. When cars like this start pulling up on you, F-150s, Jeep Wranglers, all bets are off. Because that means my cat is on you. Once cat on you, you're through. That's car auto theft.
Tell me about those cars.
That means they already been watching you. They already knew what you're doing. They already know where you at. They just coming to pull up to make sure they can stop you. Once they got you, they got you.
And your friends that have gotten hit, it was from the cat team?
Cat, that's who gonna hit you. You ain't gotta worry about no blue and whites or no knockoffs. You gotta worry about cat.
Do you know who any of the detectives are?
Nope, and I don't wanna know. As long as I don't know them and they don't know me, I know I'm doing my job the right way.
So describe the pressure that's been hitting the city lately. Apparently law enforcement is cracking down a lot right now.
They got cat commercial auto theft. Commercial auto theft. Hey, you see some weird looking cars outside your shit and you in that business. Yeah, they ride around undercovers. They ride around the cars like these, like the Jeeps, heavily tinted, and they don't look right. They wear regular clothes.
So that's the task force that's targeting cars right now?
Yeah, commercial auto theft.
How hard is it to get away from these guys?
It really depends, because it's like, you don't even know when they're on you. They're even surveillance you for. They'll follow you to miles away. You won't even know until it's the right time to come get you, as long as they got the evidence.
This CAT unit appears to be keeping these guys on their toes, but it wasn't always like that in Detroit. I mean, take the case of Zanya Wallace. Her car got stolen, she tracked it down herself using an Apple AirTag that was in the car, and she spent 3 hours waiting for Detroit PD to show up, even trying to flag them down to help her, only for them to say they had other things to do. When the cops finally did arrive, she said they made her feel like she was the criminal, leaving her feeling very frustrated with her experience. And she's not alone. There is a Detroit Facebook page with over 50,000 members of residents helping each other track the stolen cars down because the citizens feel like they have to take matters into their own hands. The car thieves clearly are aware and respect CAT's ability, and it seems like with the CAT team making many arrests that the pressure of law enforcement is getting much stronger against car theft in Detroit. If you evade those guys, is the next thing that would trip you up is some sort of pursuit or chase?
The helicopter.
There's helicopters here?
Yeah, this is the Michigan State helicopter. Other than that, the cops don't drive too good, so they're easy to escape. If you drive too dangerous, they have to call the chase off.
Really though, this year, the police at 12 definitely been cracking down on that shit. Like definitely been getting harder, but it ain't stopping shit. Down here in Detroit, if you get into a chase, they got the no chase policy. So like after a while, you start doing some reckless shit, start doing some oncoming traffic, they gonna call the chase off.
I mean, the pressure good. I'm gonna give you this right now. If you don't get away within 5 to 10 minutes, your best bet to go under a bridge and just leave the car. It's not a helicopter on you. You can't get away from that.
Have you gotten away from a helicopter before? So your specialty is the high speeds.
Yeah, basically. Like, especially like if you drive more recklessly, they're not gonna want to endanger more people for you.
How hot is the game right now?
It's very hard, dude.
You know people that are getting arrested?
I know people get arrested. I know a lot of people that locked up for 7 years. Personally, from one of my close people.
Law enforcement is bringing down a lot of pressure because in the last 5 years, it's been a 50% increase of stolen cars, and the people are sick of it. To illustrate this, one of our top leads coming into the video 2 days ago got picked up by U.S. Marshals. So the stakes are very high in this game.
It's like a lot of people be snitching, huh? So you really gotta watch out who you do shit anything with, honestly.
Because if you're in a group, 5 guys are doing this, hitting the dealerships together, 1 guy gets caught, hey, if you tell me, I'll give you less time, and people usually talk.
It depends on that person. If he's solid as hell, he ain't gonna talk, but like, a lot of these no boys, they just getting into this shit.
So what kind of time are you seeing people get for being in this business?
I seen, so one of the guys, he first got sentenced earlier this year. He got 4 years in the state with probation after he got out the state with potential boot camp. I got friends that's in the feds right now for the car shit. I got pretty much the whole indictment list. I was locked up with a couple of them on my own little personal stuff that I got going on.
Did you get in trouble for the cars?
Yes, I previously got trouble for the cars. They kind of clamped me down a little bit, but I was still out here because, I got a family to support.
So a lot of these guys in the car game, if they're really in it, how many years, what's typical to see?
2 years. That's average for what I've been seeing.
So not that crazy for...
It's not that crazy, but it's 2 years away from your life.
So are the penalties for car theft, reckless driving, getting away from cops, is it becoming more and more harshly penalized?
Yeah, it is. They're trying to pass the law. It's a mandatory 5 if you get caught with with the box. That's still, that program keep ups. It's mandatory 5 years now, I believe, if you get caught with it.
Someone that does this full time, selling the parts, breaking cars down, what can they stand to make in a month?
Say if they do 5 cars a month, they could be making about $60,000 to $70,000.
$60,000 to $70,000?
Yeah, if you get a Hellcat, the engine is $15,000 with the transmission and the engine irons.
So this is an extremely lucrative business.
Yeah. Let's say we get 3Ds, we keep getting 3Ds on that car. Let's say we get like 60 Ds. These going for $6,000 by themselves. So
What's 6,000 times 6, you know? At least like 30,000 for sure.
What can a good week bring you?
For a good week messing with these cars, I say a good week like 20, 30,000. I can sell the engine and trans off this car for $10,000.
So you bust down the cars?
The whole car. If I'm gonna bust it down, I'm gonna put it back together for you.
And you do that yourself, or you have someone do it?
It's like I got a team. There's a whole team of us. We put them all together. But my team don't like the cameras like that.
What's the story in your head about like why you do this, or what makes it okay to do?
I mean, in the long run, you know, the insurance companies, they overcharge people. That's one thing. And the people that are going to be paying the price is the insurance companies, not the person that got the car stolen and they're going to get a new car, you know? And that's my only justification, because over where I stay, paying insurance is over way too much. And especially on these cars, they be charging extra just because due to the thefts and stuff.
These car thieves make it sound really easy to simply call up your insurance and get your car replaced, but that is not the reality. With about 15% of US drivers being uninsured and about 1 million cars getting stolen every year, it's a reasonable guess that about 150,000 people a year, when their car gets stolen, are left with no car and no way to replace it. And this can cause people serious hardship by disrupting their ability to get to work, care for their family, and in some cases it even leads to financial ruin. And for those that do have insurance, it can sometimes take up to a couple months to get a payout, which can leave you scrambling in the meantime. On top of that, when you use that insurance, your own rates go up. And if you live in an area with a lot of car theft, everyone in that zip code will pay an inflated amount as a consequence. The reality is, this crime has a domino effect on a lot of people. How do you view yourself on the scale of good and evil?
Me personally, I feel like I'm good. If I seen you go to the dealership and I know you worked on this car, your hard-earned work money, and you went and got this car, I'm not gonna take it from you. If I didn't see you go to the lot and get this car, but I seen this car at the lot, I'm going to go get the car from the lot. Because 9 times out of 10, the lot can write it off. They're going to get insurance for it. If they couldn't sell it and I took it, they still sold it. You get what I'm saying?
So you basically feel like because there's going to be some insurance, there's going to be some paperwork, there's going to be some difficulty, but you feel less guilty about it?
I feel less guilty about it. If I took it from a lot, a dealership, they're taking it from somebody's driveway.
What is, to you, what do you think drives yourself, people that do this? Is it adrenaline? Is it money? Is it a mixture?
It's a mixture of both, honestly. And then it's like fast money. You get them quicker general rush, getting thirsty, shit like that, you got a fast car. Of course you're gonna dog the shit out of it.
Have you gotten in a police chase before?
We just trolling.
Are you coming to a complete stop, pulling over?
Yeah.
And then as soon as he gets out of his car, you go?
No, we need to wait.
You're laughing?
No. Well, they put a bolo out and we were still out just fucking. So like, this ain't fucking.
Put a what out?
A bolo, be on lookout.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, it's fucking fun, bro. It's an adrenaline rush. You gotta see why everybody like it. That's why everybody go to the slideshow. That's why everybody wanna be in it, because they wanna know what's going on. And if we go there, it really shows you like, that's why everybody want that car. That's why everybody wanna drive that car.
We got an address dropped to us, told to pull up. I'm not sure if I'm pulling up to a takeover, if I'm pulling up to a couple of strikers that want to talk. We're on the east side of Detroit. It's that kind of overgrown, abandoned type of landscape to the hood that we'll pull up to. I think we might be up all night for this one. We're just gonna go where the leads take us. At a typical takeover scene, there's a good percentage of strikers in that crowd. If people are posting on Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat at the takeovers, don't you feel like that makes the game very obvious and loud?
Yeah, not really. Cause you gotta think about it, how many fucking black charges, black challenges there is. Fucking hundreds of thousands of them, like throughout the country. So it's like, and then it's like there's no plate, or it might be a fake plate. So how can you really say like that one's stolen or not, unless you like, you took it your damn self. I mean, social media just draws attention, so. Yeah, you got people posting on Facebook, making Facebook chats about, you know what I'm saying, stolen cars in Detroit. They be telling people to go to takeovers to find their cars. That shit just be pointless, but it. I mean, certain people are kind of stupid with it, don't get me wrong, but it's like, where else are we gonna go do? They don't give us no track for it, no derby, no shit like that, so it's kind of like, you gotta take it to the streets.
Oh, they got a lot of motherfucking cars here. Let's go, baby. What's up, fellas? What are the takeover scene in Detroit like?
You know, we can't go crazy, we can't go all out, you know. Sometimes, you know, we make fire pits and we spin around it. It depends like the kind of day, you know. If it's a lot of cops dipping, running from spot to spot.
Do cops care about takeovers?
Yeah, they care about it. Recently, they got a lot worse.
I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Mr. Brandon Buckingham. He's one of the most certified white boys I've ever met in my life.
What's up, guys? This motherfucker's intimidating.
I know, that's what I said.
Jesus Christ.
Well, I don't want to hold up the fun. You guys want to get this thing started? What got you into the takeover scene, and when did it really all start?
It really started a long time ago. It started off as street racing, and then it turned into takeovers, where like we just like take over the whole city, and then specific locations, and we'll meet up, and we'll just go, and then we'll know where to go next.
Did the stimulus checks help the takeover grow?
Yeah, because the free money, they had money to buy like, you know, strikers and shit, and go out and spend.
Tell me what's going through your mind during a takeover.
Generally, for a lot of us, it's a getaway, honestly, from a regular life and shit like that. A lot of us come out here, we all live cars and shit like that. Honestly, you know, you already know, a lot of people have a lot of stuff going on in the regular life, and just a lot of our getaway, and for a lot of people, honestly, obviously, you already know the striking community and stuff like that. That's a day-to-day thing.
Did you see the guy?
Yeah.
How bad did he look?
Look at that.
So we just passed a scene. A biker was flat on the pavement. He wasn't moving. I don't know if he had unbelievable road rash. That's the thing that these young guys have to know, because I knew guys in college that had dirt bikes or motorcycles. Like, so many of them fucked themselves up. There's real consequences to this, and for some reason, evolutionarily, young men are programmed to feel invincible at a certain age. There are real consequences to this high-speed stuff. Tell me about the danger of this, the deaths that have happened.
A lot of people be sitting outside the car. You know, you got some people that go there with just themselves and a gun, just padding the gun, taking the car themselves. I've seen 4 people die so far trying to come out and protect their car.
In my circle, bro, like, people die from this shit.
You know people that have died doing this?
Yeah, getting chased, smacking cars, shit like that. People that killed people, like, running. Like, shit happened, bro.
I am endlessly fascinated by this world of car theft and high speed and adrenaline. We took you on another deep dive to the scene, and this journey comes to an end.
It's another case of alleged police brutality, this time accusations leveled against the LA County Sheriff's Department.
And a man who said he was held down and beaten by 3 sheriff deputies in Compton.
An alleged gang of sheriff's deputies within the LA County Sheriff's Department known as the Executioners.
The group that became the most dangerous is one we know as the Executioners.
3 deputies were beating a black inmate. He was handcuffed to the waist.
The real badasses from the 200 and 300 boys wanted to go to Compton.
Today, we take you inside the world of the LA Sheriff gangs, groups who have names like the Executioners, Vikings, Jump Out Boys, and Regulators. These men in uniform have been accused of everything from beatings to planting evidence to murder, robberies, and kidnapping. Now, these deputy cliques have long been an open secret in Los Angeles, but to those outside the LA bubble, the reality is shocking. To investigate this properly, we assembled an expert cast of characters, starting with John Sweeney, the legendary attorney who has beaten LASD in court time and time again. Mark, a former deputy who went to prison for robbery while in uniform and exposes life inside the departments. Paulina Juarez, an LA Central Jail chaplain of 19 years who saw the brutality firsthand. Alan Romero, a lawyer who represented 2 former deputies turned whistleblowers. And finally, multiple mothers, including one whose 120-pound son was beaten beyond recognition by 5 deputies. Join us today as we take a deep look inside America's largest sheriff office and the gains that hide within its walls. What adjectives would you use to describe the Compton executioners?
Assholes. My name is Romel Agee. I'm currently a California licensed private investigator. I specialize in police misconduct and police wrongful deaths in the hands of law enforcement.
And you were LA County Sheriff?
Yes.
I'm John Sweeney. I'm an attorney, civil rights attorney. My career has been dedicated to the pursuit of justice, specifically police excessive force cases that I have a passion for.
In the mid to late 90s, the Sheriff's Department took over control of the policing in Compton in the year 2000.
Alan Romero is a lawyer who has represented 2 deputies who tried to blow the whistle on the Compton department. One of them was Officer Art Gonzalez, a Marine Corps veteran who spoke out against the executioners and was met with death threats. The other was Captain Larry Waldy, who says he was targeted by his fellow officers after he made it known within the department that he opposed the executioners.
So what happened is you had some competing groups who were going to try and control the station. The group that became the most dangerous is one we know as the executioners. Now, what the real name of this group is, we may never know, because even in trial, the leader of the group, a deputy by the name of Jaime Juarez, who was a few years ago promoted to detective, said the group doesn't have a name.
It turns out this group does have a name, and they go by the Compton Executioners, and they are perhaps the most dangerous and ruthless of the 24 known and documented sheriff gangs in the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, which we'll often refer to as LASD for short.
We're headed to the Compton station for you guys to get some footage of the exterior of the location where the executioners were housed. The recent LA County Sheriff explosion that killed 3 deputy sheriffs.
It appears to be, quote, a horrific incident that killed at least 3 at a law enforcement training facility in Los Angeles.
One of them was the deputy that shot and killed Robert Thomas Jr.
The executioners started in the Los Angeles County Jail. Every deputy sheriff has to go through custody for training. Custody is the lockup. All the police departments in the county of Los Angeles, the sheriff department handles the prisoners in all of the county of Los Angeles that are being prosecuted.
Before hitting the streets, every LA sheriff's deputy starts their career by working in the jails. Some say it's a great proving ground and a crash course for handling chaos, but others say starting in the jails conditions the deputies to get the feeling that everyone they deal with on the streets is a criminal.
Brother was killed in Pensions Detention Center March 3rd, 2017. They had originally told me that he had a seizure. He fell off a top bunk and then was pronounced dead.
Did he have a history of seizures?
No. As the time went on, I went ahead and got my own feeling that something wasn't right. So I did my own homework, found out that it wasn't a seizure, that he had been beaten to death in Wayside Detention Center. They said they didn't have any pictures. And I said, that's odd. So then at the end, I got all the pictures and that showed all the details.
And what did you learn when you saw the pictures?
That his teeth were kicked in. He had, looks like stab wounds, puncture wounds, and a lot of the details in the autopsy report, like broken ribs and stuff, it kind of made sense after.
When you talk to gang members in Los Angeles and you say, oh, you're part of a big street gang, they say, are you kidding me that the cops, the sheriffs are the biggest gang of all?
The only difference is that they have uniforms.
Our next witness, Paulina Juarez, served as a chaplain inside Men's Central Jail for over 15 years. Central Jail is widely regarded as the most notorious lockup in Los Angeles and a critical piece of territory for the LA Sheriff gangs. In 2025, it's already on track to become one of the deadliest years on record, with 26 inmates losing their lives so far. And after a long career inside the Central Jail, Paulino can speak on things that few other people can. From what you know from inmates that have stayed there, are beatings common from the sheriffs?
Yes, there's a lot of common, because the whites run that area.
Which deputy gang is this?
The whites.
That's what they're called?
Yeah.
Lizetta is speaking on the Wayside Whiteys. This sheriff gang's territory is the Pitches Detention Center, also known as the Wayside Detention Center. Now, the Whitey symbol was throwing up their hands with their middle fingers crossed into a W, and they were known for targeting black inmates that fought other white inmates. And for reference, there was a case of Clyde L. Crawford, where the deputies handcuffed him, beat him dozens of times, including with a flashlight, all while yelling, "Wayside Whiteys." And this is the group that beat Lizetta's brother to death.
When I work with my little car with books, Bibles, I start listening like, "Hup, hup, hup," and I stopped and I went back, but it was close. I tried to, I was on the bars and I saw like from here to the wall how 3 deputies were beating a black inmate. He was handcuffed to the waist and chains, so he was against the wall, and one deputy was here, one here, one here. They were beating until finally he was, "Please stop, stop," and he followed on the cement with a head, and you see the blood, and they still kicking him on the floor. And one more, he said, "Stop," was the last time I can hear. And I was on the, I tried to say something, but I can't. Man, it was really hard. It was like 4 minutes.
I think that at this point, everybody has such a fear of them that they just don't want to even go and touch that. That's the road they don't want to cross.
How long did you serve and which department were you in?
LA County Sheriff's Department, 15 years.
What made you leave?
I didn't leave on my own accord. I did a stupid thing. I was convinced to do something for the greater good of someone else, and it led to my arrest, where I got 7 years in the federal prison system. I did about 5 on good time credit, and 1 year of halfway house for Second Chance Act, and I got home early.
Are you able to say what you got arrested for?
Me and some co-conspirators decided to do a fake search warrant on a medical marijuana distribution center run by the Vietnamese mafia. We did a full-blown robbery, and we were caught by the feds shortly after.
There's no professional jailing staff or deputies in the sheriff's department. You're stuck in the jails, and almost everyone stuck in the jails at the beginning of their career for 2, 3, 5, 8 years wants to get out and patrol, because that's where they feel where the action's at, and that's where they feel the best career path for them is.
And those deputies there started a gang called the 200 Boys and the 300 Boys. They were violent with these inmates. They beat, they planted evidence on them. They did all kind of horrible, nefarious things with them. After you rotate out of custody, you're asked what station you want to be assigned to, and the real badasses from the 200 and 300 Boys wanted to go to Compton.
Where they originated, as far as being the executioners. This is where they operated from and out of.
Are these guys still active?
No, they've spread them out. They've sent them to different locations.
So if I go in there and talk to them and say, "Hey, sir, I'm in an active investigation. I'm gonna need you to comply with me right now."
You can try. Sheriffs are no joke, okay? They're no joke. They're mad at a lot of people, okay? Especially if you go in there talking about the executioners.
I feel a little nervous with all the stories that you hear. Hey there, how are ya?
Good man.
looking to do a little interview. Do you have a press contact here?
Let me go talk to
We have a little investigation we're looking for help with.
Okay. What's the investigation?
It's about the Compton executioners.
I don't know if the station's gonna have specific stuff.
It's some of the known associates actually happen to have resided in this building. I don't know if you've seen anyone. They have the skeleton tattoos with the AK-47s and then the Nazi helmet.
I know nothing about it.
Have you been in their presence at all? Like, ever been with any of the known members?
I have no idea.
Okay, it's an active investigation, so. So far, we've mostly heard from the victim side of the story, and aside from Mark, it's been nearly impossible to land an on-camera interview with a current or former Los Angeles sheriff. However, I did speak with a couple off-camera, and here was their perspective. Every day, they go out and risk their lives against legitimately dangerous gang members who rob, shoot, and terrorize neighborhoods. And they say this: we enter the danger zone to take the fight to these bad guys, and yes, sometimes we get rough, but these are rough, dangerous people we are dealing with. And one surprising thing they also said is that the so-called sheriff gang cops are not the worst of the department, but the best, the bravest, because these guys are the ones most willing to go down and face the most dangerous guys on the street. And while this doesn't excuse the crimes of the sheriff gangs, it did give me an interesting perspective to think about from the other side of the coin. All right, now we're at the scene of Avery Cody Jr., where another murder by the LA Sheriff's Department occurred.
There's this young man named Avery Cody Jr. On July 5th, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they were walking to a McDonald's to have lunch, and they were on their way back at a very busy intersection. They were caught on video of this Winchell's donut stand walking to the McDonald's. After they finished their lunch, they walked back down the same direction that they came from. There was a don't walk hand up, and they look to their left, and there's a Crown Victoria clear sign that is an undercover police vehicle, and it was 2 deputy sheriffs in there. The kids decided just to backtrack 2 feet and wait for the light to turn green. And the officers, for no reason whatsoever, got out of the car and told them to come to the car, and they started to search them, and then Avery takes off running, and he angles out into the street. And then he's picked up by this camera again. And then you see this officer run after him and then stop about right here and gets into a crouch, raises his gun and fire. Hits him in the back, and little Avery falls in that center median right there, dead. Although I have no evidence that the shooting officer was doing anything to get into a gang, I didn't know at this point whether or not there was a gang. But with this series of shootings, I suspected that a gang existed.
My name is Vanessa Perez. I'm the mother of Joseph Andrew Perez, who was severely beaten by Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department July 27, 2020.
The sweatshirt you're wearing has an extremely brutal and disturbing photo on that. Can you describe what we're seeing?
This is a photo from the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department that they took in the hospital after they beat my son. They're seeing my son after he was punched 121 times.
Do you know how many officers were beating him at the same time?
7. They gave different reasons. My son's mentally ill. He struggled with bipolar, schizophrenia, and psychosis. And as he was a couple blocks away from my house, he was in crisis, talking to himself, hearing voices. And I was looking for him. I couldn't find him. And what I did hear were sirens, and then they went quiet. And then I would hear sirens again, and I would see sheriffs going in different directions. I followed the helicopter about a couple blocks from my house, and that's when I found almost like the whole department was there now by that point.
How many officers do you think were there?
Oh, at least 30.
You see your son?
I didn't know my son was on the floor until about 45 minutes later. When I first got there, they said that there was a bad fight. And then I seen deputies put a light-skinned man on a gurney.
Under Section 186.22 of the California Penal Code, a criminal gang is described as an organization of 3 or more people that have a common name or symbol, have a pattern of committing crimes, and they do this either alone or together. And it seems clear to me that these sheriff gangs would indeed be looked at as criminal gangs under California law. Which brings me to the question of why haven't any of these groups been charged under the RICO Act? After all, that's what would happen if the Blood Sureños or the Hells Angels did the same exact things these cops are doing. This seems to be a serious double standard of justice. Tell me what you guys think in the comments.
Like maybe about 30 minutes later, the sergeant came up to me and said that now the story was my son was burglarizing a car, and they confirmed that it was my son. And maybe about 45 minutes later, my son started screaming. He was screaming, why did you do this to me? Why? And he would go back to being quiet. And then that's when I knew that was my son.
Mark, were you in a sheriff gang?
Was I? I was not. At one point, I was at Century Station where the regulators were at. Go on.
Within these departments, how common was it to be part of a sheriff gang?
It's like a secret. You don't really know that they don't talk about it. It's like a station. You don't just walk around, hey, you're a fucking regulator, But I think these guys, a lot of them that chase ink, they go there to get that tattoo. Once they get it, they feel super proud or whatever it is. And it could be raining and 50 degrees and they're wearing shorts and flip-flops so they could show their tattoo loud and proud. It's like, come on, dude, really?
Have you ever attended an inking party?
Now, usually at the off-training parties, when a group of guys get off training at the station, that's usually when there'll be their inkings are done at that same time. It's not done there. It's done afterwards. It's done usually in a dude's house or something to that effect. But I haven't been able to go to one of those myself because I wasn't invited to be getting the ink. But I know a lot of guys that did.
Folks, the truth about the violent behavior you are hearing about is that within these departments, violence against civilians was not only encouraged, but celebrated. For example, Officer Larry Waldy testified that the Compton executioners actually held a party at a restaurant to commemorate a deputy-involved shooting. Another way violence was celebrated when a deputy would commit violence or murder against a citizen, they would sometimes host an event giving the man responsible a tattoo, which to me, it makes these deputy cliques sound no different than a common street gang.
So there are significant legal barriers to investigating and holding officers like Jaime Juarez and the rest of the executioners accountable. One of the primary barriers is the fact that you have to get someone within the department to stand up and be a whistleblower. That's going to 100% destroy their career, and they have to know that at the point. And we had some really brave people. We had Larry Waldy and we had Art Gonzalez come through and do that.
Now, is it true that people would receive their tattoos after they committed an act of violence or killed a civilian?
I can't speak for all of the station tattoos. The original ones, probably not. The newer ones that came after, yeah, I would say so.
Then we got a case, the Dante Taylor case. And Dante Taylor was a young man who had 4 kids.
Right now, folks, we are at the scene of where Dante Taylor was killed, and this is the case that broke open wide the investigation against the Compton executioners with their tattoos and their gangs within the department. I'm gonna let these guys take it from here.
We're on the corner of Wilmington Avenue and Brazil, city of Compton. This area is controlled, or was controlled, probably still is controlled by the Cedar Block Compton Pirate. Dante Taylor lived here at this location and was hanging out with his good friend George Taylor. It was about dusk, and he came out of his house and walked northbound on Wilmington. He was encountered by 2 deputy sheriffs. This is Samuel Aldama. This is Mizraim Orega. They are the 2 deputies who shot and killed Dante Taylor. They stopped him, asked him if he was on probation. He said no, took off running. He was on his way down to that liquor store, I'm sure it's still there. He was stopped right around this area, maybe in this block, and then the deputies claimed that he pulled out a silver pistol and didn't point it at him, just took off running. My investigator, former Deputy Sheriff Ramel Agee, interviewed several witnesses along this street, is that correct?
Correct. I talked to the neighbors here.
A few of them talked to me and said they didn't see anything, of course. Okay, that's typically what happens in neighborhoods. I wasn't able to talk to anybody until we actually got over to where the shooting took place, where somebody actually responded. They didn't know anything along the way, but over on the
other side of the wash.
On the side of the wash, they did tell me that they did not see a gun.
How these cop gangs really affect our communities, especially communities of color, is that they're not going to follow the law. They're not going to follow instructions from their superiors. They're going to go out there, they're going to beat up whoever they have to beat up, they're going to tackle, they're going to accost people without reasonable suspicion to try and get guns. That's their main thing, they want guns. Sometimes when they would lose people on pursuits, they would call in ghost guns. They would say, yeah, man with a gun. So of course every unit responds to find the person with the gun, and it turns out there's no guns.
Can you speak to the practice of planting evidence by the Compton executioners?
What came up over and over again is they say that the person had a gun and that the gun's not found, but they claim that that was the justification for them using force against them.
You know, you had a lot of that type of stuff going on. I mean, they're going to get caught no matter what. If you're planting dope, I mean, I remember seeing a couple of shootings where they thought there was a gun. They shot the dude, they thought he had a gun, and he didn't, and all of a sudden a gun appeared near his hand. Hey, how'd that get there? Fell out of the sky?
And by the way, when after the shooting and these officers made up this story that he had a gun, they had gun-sniffing dogs come out and scour this entire route. And they searched it for 2 or 3 days in trees. They had poles that they were shaking the trees, and of course, no gun was found.
Interesting to that, guys, is their claim that he had a chrome-plated revolver. He was wearing loose-fitting shorts that they claim he had in his waistband. If you're running with those, that's not going to stay in your pants. And in doing so, they went across the bridge here, they went around the corner, and that deputy that was on foot claims that while chasing him, Taylor pulled out the gun, showing the gun again, and that's when he believed his life was in danger and shot at him. The other deputy hears the shots, they corner him, and they riddle him with bullets.
They shot him, and he runs back toward the wash, and the deputy waiting over this side of the wash shot at him and hit him in the leg, wounded him. He tried to go back through the fence. By this time, the other deputy had approached the wash and shot him, and he laid down on the ground. In a forensics show, they stood over him and shot him several more times. Let me ask you this, Ramel. Why is it important for police to have placed a gun in his hand at this point?
So they could justify shooting, because they're going to say that his life, believing that he was going to fire at him to protect himself and others, he shot.
While we were filming, a few youngsters with connections to the neighborhood Pyrus came up to see what we were doing. So I decided to ask them their thoughts on this story. Here's what they said. What do you guys think when you hear of the sheriff's gangs being able to just kill people and get away with it? Like, what does it make you feel?
It makes me feel angry because it's like they make it seem like we the most dangerous ones when the whole time it's right in front of you. Like, if you check a lot of these police people tattoos, it's a lot of gang nasty.
And they always have an excuse for what they do.
Like, literally, like, I thought he was reaching. I thought the whole time he was just walking
home. Good reason for them to shoot at them, kill them, you know.
My dad said they used to treat him foul. Like, if he had, like, some weed in his pocket, they'll throw some more. They'll say, like, it's more than 2.5 grams, so he could go to jail. Like,
what did happen to them as a result?
They both were investigated, but ultimately the DA didn't press any charges against either of them. But the New York Times did a ride-along with Aldama and Orrego before this ever happened. And they made clear that they think of the community that they police not as their own community. They talk about African Americans in disparaging ways, even in that interview with the New York Times.
John was the guy who broke the whole gang story open at that one deposition they took of Aldama, where he got Aldama to admit that he had this tattoo.
When we took the deposition of Samuel Aldama is the deposition that really cracked this case and exposed this whole sheriff gang thing. Nobody had ever heard of the executioners. Nobody had ever known their name. They were an extremely secretive group. I asked the same question of all the cases I just told you about. I said, do you have any tattoos on your person? He said, yes, I do. I said, why don't you describe them? I said, first of all, where are they? He said, they're on my arms. One of them, he said, is a St. Michael's, I think he said, tattoo. It's like the patron saint of police officers to protect them. The other one was on his other arm. He said it was a family symbol or something, you know, I love my wife or something like that. I said, Deputy, what about the one on your leg? And he started gulping, and his jugular started throbbing. I knew I had something. As a cross-examiner, I've cross-examined hundreds of people over the years. It's a skeleton. Oh, okay. And I knew that all those gangs, the base is a skeleton because it symbolizes death. And he goes on to describe this sinister tattoo with this Kalashnikov rifle, AK-47. On the magazine of the rifle was the Roman numeral XXVIII, which stands for the 28th substation of the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, which is Compton. That's on the magazine. He has a Nazi helmet on with CPT, which stands for Compton. He's surrounded by flames, which symbolizes he's emerging from hell. Very sinister tattoo. It goes from his knee all the way down to his ankle. That is the first time it was revealed to the public that there was a sinister gang within the city of Compton.
I mean, I think when anyone sees these tattoos, you wouldn't believe that this would be on a police officer's body, especially with a Nazi helmet and flames. And as someone who grew up thinking of the police as the good guys and the very Hollywood idea of the police as the good guys, I was shocked when it became clear that this was not a one-off, a rogue deputy. This was a part of a pattern and practice. They shared the tattoos and they were sequentially numbered. It was shocking.
You might be wondering how many Compton deputies are tied to the executioners. Inside sources estimate that of 100 officers at the station, about 20 are Inc. members and another 20 are prospects or close associates. That's nearly 40% of the station. And for perspective, even during the height of the Catholic Church's scandals, only about 6% of the priests were implicated in wrongdoing. To put this another way, imagine calling 911 in Compton and having a 40% chance that a gang member in uniform shows up to the scene. What does that make you think that these guys in broad daylight, after the beating or the killing of a citizen, are having beers, getting tattoos, and celebrating together?
It's the biggest gang in America.
Now, do you know the names of the deputies involved in this beating?
Yes.
Can you say them?
Yeah, Sean Merrick, Abraham Rivera, Jake Adamo, Sebastian Pomba, Vincent Rodriguez, Paul Sedana.
Did any of these guys get in trouble for this?
Not that I'm aware of.
A write-up?
Not that I'm aware of. They all played the victim. In the police reports, they paint a narrative as if my son was Rocky Balboa in his prime, Mike Tyson. You know, every deputy claims that he beat up each deputy. Each deputy says they were beaten. One said he screamed, "I believe my hand is broken."
How do you think he broke his hand if he did?
Probably from the 20 to 30 punches he gave my son to his head.
Where is your son today?
My son right now is incarcerated. But a PC-69 when you are charged, when the cops charge you for beating them up.
Oh, so he got charged for this?
Yeah, he got charged for that.
Not only did he get a beating, but he actually got charged with the crime of beating them.
He got sentenced to prison. They ended up giving him the county time. He did his 2 years county time, but he was sentenced to 3 years in state prison.
So he got the shit kicked out of him and then got sent to prison for it. Do you think anyone will ever be held responsible for this?
I hope so.
What do you say to the people that say these cops are dealing with very violent street gangs? You kind of have to recruit monsters to fight monsters.
We're better than that. And I think, I mean, especially, like I said, I've been on both sides, and I do think most police officers, law enforcement, and people who train law enforcement care deeply about following the Constitution and doing the right thing and not becoming a monster. And I also think if you do want to restore that community trust between law enforcement and the people they serve, you have to get away from this idea of violence is tolerated and that you have to meet the criminals halfway, because that's just, it's never going to work.
The last thing I got for you is this. People say, you know, to be a police officer is to protect and serve. And when you have these gangs, they're kind of violating their initial oath. What do you think about that?
kind of a tough question to really answer, but I will say it does essentially if they make it that way. Having a tattoo and being part of a group of fellas that, you know, if you're just proud to be a deputy sheriff, and I work this station and we all survived some kind of shooting or some casualty, or we're just here just risking our lives on a daily basis and we're just trying to be the best cops we can, great, so be it. But once they start taking off and doing thuggery, that's when their oath has been, you know, upended.
When you were in, what percent of the sheriffs would you say questionable on the bad side?
Let's say there's 100 deputies. I'd say 25 of them are assholes.
That's a pretty big number.
That's a pretty big number. Yeah.
And that those 25 can rack up a lot of incidents.
A lot, man.
And the other 75 suffer greatly.
Yes, because we get the brunt of going out on a call and being called assholes and being disrespected.
Do you have any reason to believe that this behavior, this gang behavior within the sheriff's department persists even today?
The two other sheriffs that we had before, I think it's hard to say what the actual sheriffs were doing. The deputy sheriffs we know from the whistleblower what they were doing. What the sheriffs were doing, they were doing nothing to stop it as far as we could tell through all of our discovery. Sheriff Luna, the current sheriff though, I think has taken a much more proactive approach to this, and I think there has been a change in culture in the LA Sheriff's Department because of it.
It does seem like things are changing for the better.
I think so.
Some people wonder if these sheriff gangs are still happening today, and it depends on who you ask. Some say that the current sheriff, Robert J. Luna, is taking strong action to snuff out LASD gang activity, and that may be so. But just in the news this month, a crazy story broke.
Just into the newsroom here at 6, shocking allegations against a former police officer now accused of kidnap for ransom.
The short of the story is that a group of LA cops were hired by these sort of crypto warlord characters to kidnap and forcibly rob rivals for sizable crypto thefts. To me, if officers representing the department are kidnapping teenagers to steal from them, I suspect that the citizens of Los Angeles still harbor a bit of fear that the sheriff gangs are currently in action. The fact is, the cops that participated in these gangs to beat, rob, plant evidence, and murder the citizens that they were sworn to protect are clear-cut criminals, and unfortunately, most of these guys will never be held accountable. And this is anyone's guess, but are the bad sheriffs out there? Are they 1% of the force, 10% of the force? It's hard to say, but it does leave an ugly taste in our mouth when the people that enforce the law on us are not held to the same criteria that we are. The uncomfortable truth is you see this double standard a lot with law enforcement. I mean, look at who goes to arrest workers at Amazon or Starbucks when they have their union protest. It's the cops who have the strongest union structure in the country. And don't get me wrong, I am a big fan of good police officers, and I think we need these guys urgently more than ever in our society. But I believe in the old Spider-Man movie quote that with great power comes great responsibility. So folks, I hope we've given you something to think about in this episode, and I want to give a special thanks to Andrew Callahan and his team for helping plant the seed of the idea for this topic to cover. I love you guys. See you next week.
The main one that they're looking for is my homicide. I'm on for that. I got a lot of home invasions, a lot of break-ins, and yeah, that's about it.
How old were you for your first home invasion?
I was 13.
One time you shot someone's dog? Have you done a bunch of high-speed chases?
Oh, I've been on some sick ones, I'll tell you that. The cops, I'm see how hard I can go, endanger civilians, that type of shit. I'm in the car with my best friend, and he get killed next to me. I'm not gonna, I wouldn't call the police regardless, to be honest. It's just the type of person I am. I'm gonna go take care of myself.
Is it time to start dipping, you think? Have we been here too long? Today, we continue our series documenting the lives of fugitives on the run from the law. For this episode, we head to California to profile 4 outlaws evading capture. We meet Z, a teenager dodging a potential life sentence for dozens of home invasions, attempted murder, and more. Then there's S1000 Crash Out, a man who did high-speed chases for fun until one of them ended up with a police officer getting hit by his car. Next is AMG Thumb, a man sentenced to 3 years in California State Prison, but decided he'd rather not do his bid. And finally, San Francisco rapper Ray Rizzo, who after being put on ankle monitor for what appears to be a weed and gun charge, he cut off the device and went on the run. Today, we dive into their world to better understand the life and mind of an outlaw. The first fugitive we meet today is AMG Thump. He's on the run for a few things, but most notably assault with a deadly weapon. He had me pull up to an Airbnb, which for some reason was sketching me out. So I walked into this knowing that it was likely that I'd be meeting a guy who was armed, dangerous, and with little to lose. Here's how it went.
This is not what I was expecting. This looks like a little, what do they call it, a dwelling unit in California?
What's going on?
Good to meet you.
Welcome in, come on.
What do you go by?
Thump.
Thump? I'm surprised to see an Airbnb.
Hey man, it's not my name.
So you prefer this over hotels, motels?
Yeah, because if I go to, like, say I go to the W or something, I stand out a little bit too much in there. And then say I go to Motel 6, sometimes the police will go by places like that and they'll check the guest list and check the names for warrants and stuff like that. Yeah, so I don't want to be nowhere where it's hot, you know? I'm trying to live my life like I'm still kind of normal.
How long have you been on the run for?
Right now, only 6 months.
Okay, and what are you on the run for?
2 separate cases. One was a sales case. One was assault with a firearm. I signed deals on both of them, and then I kind of messed up my probation a little bit. She called me to check in, and that was a sign that she wanted to violate me, so I just went ahead and stopped checking in.
So what is going through your head when you're on the run?
You know, some days I wake up feeling normal. You know, I got a normal life going on at the same time. I got a kid, I got all type of normal shit going on. But at the same time, it's every day is a real situation because every time I see the boys get behind me, I don't have the option to pull over.
What's up, fellas? I'm Tommy. Where are we right now?
We're in the
This is Z, and he's a level 99 crash out. I went into this meeting knowing that I was gonna meet a guy that excelled in home invasions and was dodging a potential murder case. And on the way there, I was wondering if this guy was laid back or an impulsive ticking time bomb, because by his rap sheet, it felt like I was about to meet the final boss of YNs. Here's how it went.
So what are you on the run for?
I have a lot of petitions right now, also a lot of open cases, but the main one that they're looking for is my homicide. I'm on the run for that. I got a lot of home invasions. A lot of break-ins, and yeah, that's about it. Armed robbery, stolen vehicles. It's pretty bad.
How much time are you facing if they throw the book at you?
They're trying to give me a juvenile life. So that's until I'm 25.
Folks, the San Francisco Bay Area is a wild place. I put up my story last night looking for fugitives on the run, and I've got a lot of replies to go through. We're meeting up with one in about 15 minutes, and it's just one of those places, man, where like culturally, people are ready to cut their ankle monitor off and go for it.
This is S1000 Crash Out. He's a high-speed specialist who, after hitting a police officer with his vehicle, his charges went from somewhat minor to putting himself on the list of his local violent fugitive task force. Here we learn how a guy facing 9 years plus moves and operates to avoid detection and still make money.
What's up, man?
Tommy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you?
All right.
Here, let's go talk by the car. So you're on the run.
Yep.
How long you been on the run for?
Been on the run for about 2 years now. All from high-speed chases, evading cops, stuff like that. This is where it all began when I was like 15 years old when I first started out here. It all started from doing high-speed chases with we'd post meets here on Friday. We'd have our spots announced when everyone gets here at certain times so the cops wouldn't be informed. Right now I'm actually on the run from evading officers up in Sacramento County. It all started on my motorcycle. I was already on probation from down here. I got locked up from an incident where the police got me boxed in. I got basically, they boxed my car in. I couldn't get out. I was basically gonna cul-de-sac all the CH people. Then there was no going on any curbs. There was no anything. So I basically just, they put me in handcuffs, threw me out of the car, broke the windows, everything. And then I was locked up down here for probably about 6 months. And then they gave me some stupid bullshit plea deal instead of doing 5 years in the state because I almost hit an officer. I clipped him with the quarter panel of the driver's side of the car, and it hit his leg, and he basically fell back and everything. So he probably said that it was more than it was, but I don't know.
We got one more fugitive tonight. This guy cut off his ankle monitor and went on the run. We're gonna learn more about his story, but we're pulling up to what I hear is a particularly notorious projects in San Francisco. I hear you might be on the run.
Yeah.
This is Ray Rizzo. He's a San Francisco rapper that sounds like this.
Fuck the police and pussies don't wanna see me happy. They tryna take me down, I'm tryna take my family to Miami.
Folks, Ray's battling a weed case on the East Coast and a gun case on the West Coast. And one day, he felt his best option was to cut off his ankle monitor, break probation, and he's been on the run ever since.
Yeah. How long has that been for?
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. It only been like 3 months. I'm kind of short. I'm kind of a short stopper right now.
Describe those last 3 months. How has it been?
I ain't gonna lie, I can't breathe under that mask, bro.
Yeah,
I just marched up hella shit, bro. I got
there's a lot of there's a lot of hills in San Francisco too.
Sure. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, bro. This was a military base.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was before public housing and shit, low income housing.
Can you say what you're on the run for, allegedly?
Man, bro. Shit, I'm on the run. Chopped the ankle off. I ain't gonna lie, but for good reasons though, bro. Like at the end of the day, I got played, bro. Like motherfucker played me. Pennsylvania put a warrant out for my arrest 4 days before I'm getting off their probation and shit, bro. You feel me? I've been on ankle monitor 16 months. A motherfucker want me to lose, bro. They want me to lose. Like the system want a nigga locked up, bro. I'm gonna keep it real.
So you did a West Coast thing and an East Coast thing?
Yeah, when I was 18, I caught a case. Yeah, when I was 18 out there on the road. I got a, what is it called? An extradition warrant.
So they could bring you to Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
So you would serve time here, then go over there?
Yeah, but the thing is, bro, they slime me out. Like, you know, they've been asking my PO for good progress reports. My PO been giving them. And it's like, they gonna put a warrant on my arrest 4 days before I was getting off their probation.
And drop the case.
They slime me out.
Hey guys, remember that app from the beginning? We played it, made some money, got the guy some drinks, so make sure you check it out. Links in the description.
Is this your first prison stint?
Yeah.
What held you back from just saying, okay, I'm gonna eat it at 3 years now rather than add on to it later?
Man, I feel like I'm young and like right now is my time to make a mark and figure out who I am and you know, do my thing. And my son is still young and I feel like I want to be there to raise him up. And I know 3 years isn't that long, but that's a long time for me. I'm an active father and stuff like that, so it's important that I'm there for my son. And I feel like if I gotta do the 3 years regardless, I might as well push it off a little bit.
How important is it to have a woman with you on the run?
Oh man,
Is she also on the run?
Yeah.
Also in the Airbnb was Thump's girlfriend, who also happened to be on the run. And due to a few situations going on in her life, she was not able to be on camera with Thump.
And what for?
She had her case. She was in county jail. She signed for her time, but then you go back for final sentencing. So at that court date where she signed her time, they asked that she get bail before she could, her mom was sick or something like that. They asked that she get bail so she could go see her mom before she go and do her prison term. They granted her bail, she bailed out, and then she never went to go final sentencing.
Like, so you're not held in jail, so you bailed out.
Right.
Is California a 10% state?
Yeah.
Okay, and do you remember what your bail was?
The bail was $50K, so I put it $5,000. The other case, the sales case, I actually got a warrant on because I got arrested during COVID time, and the jails were full, so they were just kicking a lot of people out. They'd book you, you get your charges, and then they'd kick you off. It's not a violent crime.
And that's why some people say that Los Angeles is a Grand Theft Auto server.
Yeah.
All these people were running free.
Yeah, if it's not violent, then you're probably not going to do no real time or no time at all.
Another big reason we hear for going on the run is simple: money. If a guy gets arrested when he's broke, he's more than likely going to be paired up with a public defender that is overloaded with cases. So he may go on the run in an attempt to go on a spree, maybe sell a few stolen cars, make some fast cash so that he can save up enough money to get a good lawyer where he has a better chance of either beating his case or getting a better sentence. And even though going on the run enhances the sentence, for some fugitives, the risk feels worth it.
Can you tell us the alleged situation that led to your case, assault with a deadly weapon?
Just some bullshit. An argument that had ensued between a family member of mine and a neighbor. They knew I had a firearm on me, so they called the police and said that I upped it on them. But if I upped it on them, I would have, done my thing. So the police took their word for it. It was witnesses and stuff that said I didn't. You feel me? They said I did brandish the weapon, cause I was holding the backpack, but I never put the weapon out. It shouldn't have been assault with a firearm in the first place. It really should have been brandishing.
What happened recently?
Well, it was really fucked up. They baited us. So we're in the left lane, going probably like 80, 85, not too fast. And then this Silverado comes up speeding, and he's like toying with us and shit. And I'm like, fuck, give it to him a little bit. I'm playing with him, and then he hit the lights. I'm like, oh shit, he baited me. But he hit the lights like it was a warning. So I'm like, all right, cool. He flicked them off. I'm like, all right, let me chill out. And I look in the rear view, I'm like, oh shit, they behind me too. And then he hit the lights. I'm like, fuck it, I'll take off.
And did they run your place to know who you were?
Yeah, but it wasn't my car. You know, if you're doing it all by yourself and you don't have anybody that's gonna look out for you and want to help your situation, then it might be hard. But if you're a solid dude and you make good connections and you've done good by people, and people gonna do good by you.
I'm curious how heavy or light you pack.
Real light, real light. Like as you can see, I don't bring anything with me. I buy new t-shirts every day. I switch clothes and all that, throw the shoes out because you see these, that's from running through the field the other night.
How are you bringing money in these days?
I work on cars, I do my little thing with the cars. That's my main source of income right there is the cars.
What is something you miss the most when you're on the run?
Sometimes I just wish when I see them blue lights I could pull over. You know, because when you're younger it's fun, you know, and it's like these cars are so easy to get away from them. But at the same time, this isn't New York, bro. They got it nice out there. They don't got no birds that follow after them, you know? Once they get in the chase, the police blurp them, the squad car get behind them, they lose them, and that's it, you know? Out here, CHP, LASD, LAPD, they gonna put the bird on you and they gonna find you real fast.
What can't you do because neither of your names are good right now? So what can't you do when you are on the run? It turns out a lot. No Uber, no flights, no hotel rooms. You can't rent a car, cash a check, or even get a legit job if you wanted one. You have to kind of live like a ghost. Every cop that rolls by could be the end of your run, and with all the cameras out there, showing your face in public is a risk you can't afford. So you have to move different. Cash only, burner phones, fake names, maybe getting a girlfriend to put it in their name. It's a lot of couch surfing, hustling, and trying to stay one step ahead of law enforcement. Being on the run might sound like freedom, but in some ways it's just prison in another form.
I can't go get an apartment. I can't go lease a car. I can't go renew I need a new ID. I can't go renew my ID. I can't go to my son's school and say what's up if I want to. My son is everything, bro, so that's what I do it for.
So how often are you skipping from town to town?
It's really like an intuition thing. I'll kind of get a feeling and be like, we gotta bounce out, you know? You know, sometimes I'll post up somewhere in the town for like a month and I'll be like, oh, it's cool right here. And then you don't want to be there too long though, because it's like, when we got cars, we got flashy cars, you know? And, you know, I stand out in certain places we go to, you know, I'm not like a regular type of person.
So in the last 6 months you've been on the run,
yeah.
How many different places do you feel like you've slept in?
Probably like at least 50 to 60. It's very stressful.
Do you wish for a home base in the future?
Man, that's what I wanted since I was a kid.
Have you been in a lot of moving situations since a kid?
Yeah.
You moved a lot as a kid?
Yeah.
So would you say even from childhood your life was relatively chaotic?
Yeah, homeless a lot and stuff like that.
What was your childhood like?
My mom was just a single mom. She was a waitress. And she did all right with tips and stuff. But as I started to get older, and I think not having a father played a big role in me acting out, and my mom didn't really know how to deal with it, I started to realize mom works late. If I would have had a more stable household, things would have been a lot different for me, you know? Yeah, life could have been a lot different if I would have had guidance and structure and a routine.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
That is fucked up.
No, I started to realize that once I had my own son. I'm like, that's fucked up.
While we were chilling with Thump, he pulled up a YouTube video that showed one of the recent encounters he and his girlfriend had with law enforcement. What we're about to see is a high-speed chase that ended in their arrest, and this incident happened shortly before they had to go on the run.
Yeah, so we got blurred. We ran. We probably going like 130 right there. They hit us with a spike strip. We went up into the canyons. We lost gas and then we wrecked out.
So what's going through your mind right now and what's happening?
Oh man, I'm just like, fuck, bro, it's over with. It's gonna be a bad night.
So this is before or after you were on the run?
This is right before. Yeah, this is right before.
You were driving or not?
Nah, she was driving.
Is she good at driving?
Yeah, she can drive, bro. Yeah, so I keep it real simple, bro. I keep my weed with me. I gotta stay high. Feel me? Good wire, keep it healthy and shit like that. When it comes to my clothing and apparel, I switch out the t-shirt every day. I keep the Pro Club or something like that if I want to get flying. I got a storage unit. You know, I pull up to my storage unit, swap out my clothes, fix the wardrobe up, and you know, get fly for the day. But other than that, I keep it real simple. I don't carry a lot of bags with me or nothing because I gotta be ready to go. If the time comes and I gotta go, I'm gonna go. And I don't want to be like looking around for this, that, and the other. And I end up going to jail for, you know, some stuff.
I don't know if it'll ever not be intriguing to me understanding why some people make the choices they do to sacrifice so much. I really can't think of many things worth living in a cage for. There is something to be said about adrenaline. And you can get it a lot of ways, whether you're a Navy SEAL or a skydiver. A home invader, that is a crazy level of adrenaline. So I can see why there's an addiction there. But I guess piecing together some of these stories, I would guess across the board, a lack of a really stable father figure will be a consistent variable in a lot of these stories. I don't think we should underestimate that. Home invasions. Allegedly, how many are we talking?
They're trying to say 20, but I know a lot more than that.
I've talked to hitmen, but home invasion seems like a very intense thing to do.
Yeah, I do it for the adrenaline rush, really, to be honest. I've been doing this shit since I was a youngin'.
What's your mission when you do a home invasion?
Shit, trying to come up on gold, on money, on safes. That's about it.
How do you look for a house?
You gotta scout it, to be honest, for like 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month. And then that's how you really know if it's a green hit or not.
And the biggest job you ever did, what was the reward you got from it?
Like 600 G's and a lot of gold.
$600,000?
Yeah, it was an Asian house.
What did you do with $600,000?
It wasn't all mine necessarily because I was with a couple people, so we split it down. Family, we just chilled. We didn't post nothing, that's how I get caught. We didn't flashy, we just stay to ourselves.
Have you ever gone into a house where they were there?
Yes, actually. Family left, but I guess their son was still there. We ran up in there, seen the son, we ran out. Because you told me I got morals and respect, and I wouldn't do nothing crazy like that in front of a little kid. He was a little kid.
So what would you say motivates you when you're doing something as crazy as home invasion?
Shit, when I see my big cousin do it, I ain't gonna lie, he had all this money, I'm like, fuck, nigga, I need to eat too.
And what makes you say I'm gonna eat this way versus, I don't know, a warehouse job or a truck driver or a banker?
Because to be honest, like, I could make someone's yearly salary off just one play. And I do this shit for a living, bro. I don't know why. Like, I have so much money, I'm still here.
What was your childhood like?
To be honest, my pops was locked up my whole life, bro. He just passed away like 2 years ago, but yeah, shit was locked up my whole life. I had him around for like 2-3 years. It says that my mom has been raising me. I live with my mom and my grandma. And shit, I've just been around since.
What was your dad in prison for?
Same shit I'm doing.
Now, there's some people that would say, hey, you know, it's not your fault. It's, you know, your dad wasn't in the picture. That's why things went wrong. It's the parents. Like, what would you say to that?
No. My mom never raised me like this, to be honest. That's why I feel so bad for her. I mean, we be going into it sometimes, but nah, this ain't how she raised me.
Do you feel like you grew up too fast?
Yeah.
Like, at what age did you hop off the porch?
When I was like 11.
10? Damn. If you could just wave a magic wand and everything would go back to normal, would you get a 9 to 5 and do things by the book?
Yeah, I would. I would be an electrician.
Is it time to start dipping, you think? Have we been here too long? Home invasion seems like such a crazy crime, and Z seems so young to be doing things like this. So I met up with him the next day to get to know him better, but also for him to simulate what it's like to drive around and case a house for a burglary. Here's how that went. So how much of your day is centered around avoiding police, thinking about where they might be, if they saw you?
All the time I have a radar and I have a scanner. So whenever I'm up to no good, I'm knowing where the cops are at.
So how old were you for your first home invasion?
I was 13.
And what was your job in that one? Like what role on the team did you play?
To be honest, I was just a lookout for that one.
So that's how you get into it? You kind of graduate, like you start off with the...
Yeah, you just put your feet in the water, you feel me?
So do you have a timer pretty much going off? Like is there an amount of time you're trying to be in and out of a house?
For these mobile homes right here, I would say 90 seconds.
So are you still in school?
I haven't been in school this year, but...
It was risky?
Yeah.
Let's start getting into the mindset of you're scoping out a job. What kind of things are you looking for?
Looking for like some decently good cars. Some cars you'll see a typical agent in. You'll see them when they leave, when they come home. You'll see agents walking around and you end up seeing where they go to.
Do you avoid homes with dogs?
Yeah. I mean, well, sometimes yeah, but sometimes not really. But you'd be surprised, a lot of them don't do shit. I try not to, but one time I had popped one, but that shit was...
One time you shot someone's dog?
Yeah, it was a big ass kid, man, brother.
So what are the biggest rules of things you shouldn't do in the business of home invasions?
Be sloppy. You need to be real militant. You gotta be on 10 at all times.
Okay, so tell me what you're looking at when you're looking at a house like this.
Right now, like the house in front of us, you're just looking at the person, see what they're doing, what they got going on. You look to the house's windows. You gotta stay on them. It's like a month process. Gotta watch them when they come and leave, when they start, when they get off work. And if they both leave to work, if someone lives by themselves or with their, usually in mobile homes, it's a lot of people.
And what % of the time are you armed in a job like this?
100% of the time. Oh, that's an undercover cop right there. Alright. That's an undercover cop. And they're behind us now? Yeah, behind us.
Are you okay?
They're not behind us, but they're behind us. He's behind us. Is the cop behind us? Yes, bro. It's undercover cop. Good. Can you read him on license?
Do you have anything to be worried about?
Right on our asses.
Hey boss. What's up, dude? The reason that we stopped you is you don't have a front plate. And
my front plate's right here.
Correct. It needs to be affixed to the front bumper. I'm not just hopping out. That way we don't get smoked by a police.
Do you know the rules, sir?
Yes, sir.
It's a lawful order?
Yes, sir.
Holy shit.
To have it in
We
the
film
car
all
because
sorts
you
of
guys
stuff.
are of age, right? Search
all
the
this
car for
exercise.
marijuana. Is there going to be anything
Being vague.
that I need to be worried? You guys have any questions?
No, thank you.
Alrighty. You guys are free to go.
Appreciate you.
Yep.
That was, so how did they not find who you are?
Said a whole different name, a whole different birthday. I ain't gonna lie, I slipped up on my birthday. I was like, I told him my age, I was like, oh shit, wait, nah, I'm about to be. I was like, oh, look, after that I walked in.
Was it a name they could actually look up, or is it because you're a juvenile that you're not in the system?
No, they look up the names. They write our names down and they look them up and search them up in the system, even if you're a juvenile.
So how does it work giving them a fake name?
They just look it up and hopefully nothing comes back. Because someone could have that name, someone could have a record and it f***s me over, but I'd rather say someone else's than mine 100% of the time.
But anyways, getting pulled over sketched me out. So I left the area from Z and I went to go meet S1000 Crash Out to hear about his encounters with both local police and federal law enforcement.
So I'll tell you right now, I was up at my house, at my mother's house. I was trying to just enjoy a little family time with them, and the U.S. Marshal showed up at their house. There's probably at least 10 cop cars outside the house. She lives in the water, so I was able to hide in the water in the backyard under the dock, like put myself under the water and basically swim under my neighbor's docks to like hide in the back. It's kind of interesting.
How scared were you when you saw U.S. Marshals at your house?
Honestly, it was like, got my blood going and adrenaline. Honestly, kind of was like, I did this. This is like, I caused this shit. And I was, honestly, was kind of hyped, to be honest, but I was scared that I was going to get caught because I don't want to spend any more time. Like, if I get caught, I'm
When was the last time they tried hitting you?
Last time I was up actually in Livermore, if you know where that is. I was trying to make a car deal, trying to sell a car, and the person that I was selling the car to on Marketplace was a Fed.
So they have their eyes on you?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you think they knew it was you on Facebook Marketplace?
They kind of be looking at my like postings and stuff like that. I think they're like trying to get on my shit, but I always be getting different burner phones all the time with different cell services, so I be switching it all the time.
Have you done a bunch of high-speed chases?
Oh, I've been on some sick ones, I'll tell you that. Like,
how many would you guess?
Over probably 50 of them. The cops, I'm see how hard I can go, endanger civilians, that type of shit.
You want to endanger civilians?
I'm gonna be honest. The cops, they'll stop chasing you if they see how reckless you are swimming through traffic, going through the gutter lanes, going around cars, going through red lights, going oncoming. They honestly, down here, they stop chasing if they see that.
So the more menacing you drive, the easier it is to get away?
100%.
How often are you switching phones?
I switch phones pretty much every couple weeks, I'm gonna be honest. I like getting new iPhones, I like getting new shit, so it's kind of cool just getting a new color phone. Like right now, I'm rocking a pink one. I had all the colors of the iPhone 16 so far, so it's kind of dope.
What motivates you?
Just the thrill, the adrenaline, honestly.
Do you feel like it's worth it, what you've done, compared to what you're looking at for doing 9 years?
For other people, no, it's not worth it. Like, I wouldn't even be getting into the type of shit that I'm doing. For me, it's worth it for staying out of jail. I'm not going back for mine. At the end of the day, I'd cut to Mexico and go live over there if I have to.
Have you ever gone to Mexico and lived there for a while?
I've been there for a good amount of time.
How is it laying low in Mexico?
If you keep your head low and you know the right people, I know people that have houses there and stuff like that, kind of just chill at the villa, just sit at the pool, just relax. I honestly wouldn't poke your head around in any shit over there. It's fucking dangerous and messy.
Are you familiar with Prop 47?
I'm not.
Let's educate people back home on what Prop 47 is. In 2014, California passed Prop 47, a bill that downgraded felonious crimes to misdemeanors. Most notably that if you stole anything under $950, it was no longer a felony. And this prop was supposedly with good intentions, to stop overcrowding prisons and to spend the savings on rehab and mental health. But many citizens and business owners say that this initiative backfired, that repeat offenders started hitting stores again and again and again, knowing that the penalties were light. So 10 years later, California voters swung back the pendulum with Prop 36, which brought back felonies for serial thieves and hard drug possession. And what we're seeing is sort of a whack-a-mole experiment, where when you hammer one problem down, another one pops up. But Californians feel this time, at least, that Prop 36 favors the citizen over the criminal, whereas Prop 47 seemingly did the opposite. Why is it worth it that you have a fancy watch to put a family of 5 in danger on the highway?
It's not really worth it, to be honest with you, man. I'm just doing it to stay out of jail at this point. I started when I was a kid. I just got into it because I was into the thrill and everything. At this point, just keeping myself out of the slammer.
Do you have any regret? Like, if you could go back in time, would you change anything?
Oh, 100%, dude. I look at my friends that are working at, like, fucking nice desk jobs. They're making hella money there. They got a family, they got kids, they got a wife. Yeah, I would change it. 100%.
What are you missing out on because of your legal situation?
I can't do normal stuff like a normal person, you know? Like, I gotta lay low, I gotta duck my head when I'm going places. I can't get pulled over by an officer. They pull me over, the car is getting impounded, I'm getting taken to jail. I just can't drive like a normal person.
Now, most of these fugitives would never admit it, but fear of prison is what compels many of them to go and stay on the run. Many prisons have inhumane conditions, terrible food, and are extremely boring. But more than that, depending on a fugitive's gang affiliation, California prison can be uniquely dangerous. Just take it from Hector Bravo, a California prison guard turned whistleblower.
They take the inmates outside in flex cuffs, like handcuffs, and they tell the inmates this: we're gonna cut off your plastic flex cuffs and we're gonna escort you back in, and you guys are gonna keep fighting all night long until you guys get tired.
It sounds like you made a gladiator pit in the prison.
Yes, thank you.
Now, some would say that prison should scare you, that these harsh conditions are exactly what you deserve for your crime. Others would say we have a broken prison system that cares more about profit than reform. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Like, what kind of places are you staying at?
I'd be staying at different friends' houses, couch surfing, stuff like that, just trying to lay low, basically stay out of anywhere I could put my name down, like at like a hotel. I don't do that. I have my girlfriend put the hotel in her name, and I'll low-key get in there when it's like nighttime, when the desk guy is not looking at me or anything. I'll fucking sneak in the back door or something. It's not too hard to find a place to crash.
And how do you make money?
I get stolen cars, I swap VINs on the cars, I sell the cars on Marketplace, I strip the cars, I take the engines out. A lot of stuff, I buy cars for cheap, I flip them, I work on cars for friends.
For young people out there, stealing cars, bipping, doing various crimes, what message would you have to them now that you're in this position?
Honestly, knock that shit off. It's people's stuff, it's valuable stuff that they have, and don't go mess with it if you can go make money a legal way.
It sounds like you come from a good family?
I do, yes.
Is most of your family law-abiding?
100%.
So what happened?
I just messed around with the wrong crowds. I fucking, like I said, started on sideshows, takeovers, and kind of just went from there. Honestly, if I didn't get arrested and stuff like that and didn't run from cops and wanted to seek the thrill, I probably would be a good person working for my pops or something.
So in the last 3 months, is there anything you've had to give up? Is there anything that you've had to do differently?
Bro, I'm gonna keep it real. Being on the run sucks, bro. It's all types of shit that you're missing out on, especially as an artist, bro. Like,
what are some of the biggest things you feel like you've missed out on because you've been on the run?
money, like on some legal shit, you feel me? Opportunities, like real shit, bro. Like I told you, I can't even get on a flyer, bro, to go do a show. They're gonna be knocking at the door. They're gonna be trying to run me down on stage, bro.
Do you feel like you were building momentum in a good direction?
Yeah, bro, I was about to get off the ankle monitor and all types of shit. It was finna be my turn, you feel me? And they straight knocked that down. Like the day after I was supposed to get off their probation, she was supposed to be telling me, hey, good job, you did it. I called, she talking about I got bad news, fuck.
And how quickly from getting that phone call did you decide to cut your ankle monitor off?
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Took me about 10, 15. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100.
Is there a lot of family?
I thought for that 10, 15. I called folks and, you feel me, try to get, you know, back into the day, it's my decision. That's what everybody told me, it's my decision, bro. But I had to make a quick decision, bro. Like, at the end of the day, I was doing so good, you feel me?
So do you feel like it's harder to move in a positive direction now?
Hell yeah, bro. Knowing at any given moment, bro, if them people get behind me, it's a big chance that I'm going down. You feel me?
So right now, like it's hard. You can't book a plane ticket. You can't book a hotel. Can't get something in your name, a car, a house in your name.
Yeah, bro. None of that shit, bro. None of that shit. Like real shit. Like, and that be where they trying to catch you at, bro, in your car.
So a lot of people might be picturing like, okay, on the run. Like there's a lot of action happening throughout a day. But is a lot of your day just kind of sitting in a room looking out the window?
It be days like that.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. It been days like that for sure. It been days where a nigga in the crib damn near kind of depressed, bro.
Are you able to say what the case in Pennsylvania is regarding, allegedly?
Shit, bro, it was a weed case.
A weed case?
It was a weed
That's
case,
it.
bro. GOD. Pennsylvania, that shit illegal out there, bro, so they not playing.
I thought you were gonna say murder or something. A weed case?
Bro. Fuck nah, bro.
I feel
weed
like
case, like
usually I don't
weed
say
case, bro.
usually I don't say free my guy, but if it's truly a weed case, I said free my guy.
Thank you, bro.
So did you grow up here?
Yeah, I grew up here, bro.
So what was childhood like? Tell me about your family. What was it like?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. It was lit out here. My auntie was pretty strict on me, feel me? So it was real dangerous out here, bro. So I really couldn't even, I really couldn't even get through the trenches like that for real to a certain age. Like auntie wasn't playing. It was real shit, real grown man shit going on around this motherfucker for real. Like, yeah, my auntie raised me. Yeah.
How old were you when you jumped off the porch?
I ain't gonna lie, bro. When I really started really being in the streets, bro, it was then in high school, like. But the thing is, bro, I've been out here though, bro, on some Project Baby shit. Been out here though, you feel me? Like literally. But most of these people don't even live right here. They just ain't boarded up yet.
So this one's empty right here?
Yeah, this one empty.
What does that make you think to see that?
This shit's sad at sometimes, bro. This shit's sad, bro. Like, it hurt to see this shit getting knocked down. It's the old crib. Sitting right there, shooting dice right there, bro. In there, getting it in. Yeah.
Up and down.
Right now, we on our way to the stove, but sadly, our store closed, Little Village closed, so we finna go to a store we really ain't supposed to be at, but we don't give a fuck, bro. You feel me? Finna go to Sun Valley.
Ray Rizzo hatched the brilliant plan to take me to his ops gas station. I, being in the other car, had no idea he was going to potentially endanger my crew just so he could have the flex of buying chips in his ops neighborhood.
Right here, bro, we in Daly City down there, bro. Like, we finna be in Daly City.
How old are you?
I'm 27 years old, bro. We at the valley with it, man.
Oh, hold on, we at. Hold on.
I'm always on my 10. Real shit, I'm always on my 10. You feel me? I'm always looking, bro. I'm always on my 10 everywhere I go. You good, you good, you good. You good, bro. You see, bro, we gonna hold y'all down, bro. We gonna hold y'all down, bro. Don't trip, we good.
It wasn't until I saw everyone taking out their phones and talking shit on Instagram that I realized I needed to get us out of here so that we wouldn't die in the world's most pointless drive-by.
So they told us after we got there, and after guys were posting on Instagram, like I knew something was going on because everyone was filming themselves being like, we're out here. I guess that was their ops. This is the classic situation of, no, you're good because you're with us. No, me and the entire team's life is in danger because of your decision making. I guess if he's truly getting popped for a weed charge, I just can't picture that a weed charge is extraditing you across the country. That's something feels like it's missing from that story.
Yeah.
All right, folks, this has been a look at the life of different fugitives in California, how they live, how they operate, how they think. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys next week. Peace.